He was betrayed! Now, he's unstoppable!
Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Became Juggernaut after Betrayal Movie. Before we start, please go support Victor Van Helsing 6 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Deku is a male. I was betrayed and my world went down the drain, but my strength and my determination did not make me fall. I found a new hope with the power of a demon, but at the same time I was not corrupted by this power. A group of heroes welcomed me and taught me the value of being united, defending peace. Now I am Juggernaut, I am an Avenger, and together with my new friends, we will defend the world from threats that heroes or even the Pillar of Peace could not combat. We are Avengers United. Betrayal my new life Juggernaut. They don't like nah, Avenger, images, videos and others are not mine, they are from their respective authors. Narrates Izuku. In the first days as an intern with Gran Torino and together with Todoroki and Iida, we managed to defeat the powerful saint, but that same day was my debut and farewell, because someone in the shadows of UA wanted me out of the way, and together with someone else they betrayed me, and that was a good thing. Narrator. In a place far from UA there was a hooded man with golden pupils talking to another man with golden hair and blue eyes. 1. Let's make Izuku get expelled and hated by everyone. 2. He won't know what attacked him, and with that Almighty will get rid of him. I swear we are waiting for him. 1. Don't worry, I have a video of the League of Villains, and we put broccoli, and you'll see how it falls from its pedestal. Hahaha. Narrator. They made the video and sent it to Principal Nezu in his office. He called All Might and the other heroes. They were very outraged and reported Izuku as a traitor to UA, as well as the students and the citizens on TV. They called Izuku to the principal's office, but this was not going to be a routine call. Narrator. In another dimension, a demon called Shigaraki was waiting for what the heroes had done and smiled at their stupidity. Shigaraki. Hahaha, you will be a good carrier Izuku Midoriya, that is, give him betrayal, unhappiness, despair. I will make him a monster, but first I will give you hope. Narrator. While on SHIELD radar, director Nick Fury was dismayed by magical items that had been recently found and brought a good master of magic to the supreme sorcerer Dr. Strange. Be Strange. I feel a disturbance in the magic Nick. That power could be from Shigaraki, the insectoid demon from the red dimension. I don't know what he wants and has started his plan. Let's be attentive, after all he is a demon. Besides, there is a problem with the villains here in Japan and we have to help them. It would be a pleasure to give them support. At that moment, a message is heard on the TV screen that one of the pilots had, and that dismayed them. Presenter. It's the news of the heroes with Kyoko Yasuki. Kyoko why? At the prestigious UA school a traitor was discovered. This was Izuku Midoriya. This unpublished video is broadcast without audio, where this young man gives the villains information, and after a few seconds he turns to look at the camera, but the video is of poor quality. It is not known if this video is real or not. Here, with the news Kyoko Yuzuki, we leave you with the video. Nick. Pilot, check that damn video and send it to Stark now. Doing that without knowing if it's real is stupid on the part of the heroes of Japan. Pilot. Yes sir, Mr. Fury. Narrator. At Stark Industries, Tony was reviewing the video and saw something terrible that made him angry. Tony. Those stupid Jarvis, contact UA now. Jarvis. It's impossible Mr. Star, they don't answer. Tony. Then I'll have to go to Japan myself, keep trying and if they answer, contact me. Yes, creating his armor made of nanomachines, and this takes off from the Avengers Tower towards Japan at high speed. Stupid people swallowed a video that isn't real. Narrator. While in Principal Nezu's office, young Midoriya was trembling. Izuku. Yes, direct Nezu. Nezu. Izuku har should I say traitor? Izuku. It's like he's saying I'm not a traitor, I swear. I never thought you would be a traitor, I always appreciated you, but now hitting this one's face, and he took a few steps back. Izuku. Because All Might yo-yo. Midnight. Shut up trash, I always considered you a person who would be a good hero, but you were always a traitor. With his whip, he successively hit Izuku, who covered himself with his hands. Nezu. Enough, we are not villains. Look at this and tell me again if you are not a traitor. On the screen, you see two people, Tamura Shigaraki, and one person had his back turned and hands him a document, but when he turns around Izuku remains impassive at what he saw while he sees his face on the screen. Narrator. Falling to his knees on the ground after being told that he is a traitor. All Might. I thought that knowing weakness you would know how to guide this power to the path of good, but I was wrong, but now lifting it abruptly, give it back to me. Narrator. Between sobs and seeing how his hero treated him, he pulled out a lock of hair and gave it to All Might. Now go away, traitor. Narrator. He came out hurt and badly off, but the only thing he received were looks of hatred, and he realized that everyone had found out about that, and his friends turned their backs on him. He ran without looking back, passing by his friend Itsuka Kendo, who believed in the young man's innocence, because that day where the date of the video was seen she and he were playing video games. She ran to the address and saw everyone in the address, and Nezu's phone was ringing incessantly. Nezu? Yes, this is Nezu, who is Mr. Ironman. Tony? That video is poorly edited, it's not even well done while he was traveling at high speed to Japan, that video is fake, stupid. Nezu? It's not true, it's like it's false. Everyone? What the hell? Itsuka. Damn it, so you didn't even check it, that's cruel, Izuku, I have to find it, and quickly before he does something crazy, leaving those present bewildered, and Iron Man was heard on the horn. Tony. If that video is more fake than a $100 bill with my face on it, if they did something, stop it and tell the media it was a hoax by the League of Villains now. Nezu. Everyone look for Izuku, Asawa is innocent, and the others look for Izuku. If something happens to him, I won't forgive myself and I have to call the television stations. I have to apologize now. I have to look for him and apologize, call all the students and ask them to help us now. Nezu. To all the students of classes 1 and 2 along with the 3 older ones, please see you in the office now. 1A. What is happening, but it must be from the traitor of Izuku. 2A. Ha is not true now that we did. Pony here, where is Itsuka? Monoma. If where it is good, let's hurry now. Mario. Come on guys, we don't want Director Nezu to get angry, come on. Narrator. Quickly everyone arrived and heard the cruel reality. Young people, I know I should tell you that your partner Izuku is a traitor, but on the contrary, he is innocent and you will see it on television. Narrator. On the phone, Director Nezu spoke with a TV news anchor and she almost felt like a cockroach when she heard what Nezu said. Nezu. Miss Kyoko, I have some bad news to tell you. The video I sent you isn't real, it's a trick by the villains. Please give us some new news now. Kyoko.and on the phone. As if Mr. Nezu, everyone put me on the air, Mr. Nezu wants to talk now. Narrator. And you see the news on the screen. TV. The news with Kyoko Yuzuki. Kentucky. I feel very terrible for giving wrong information on our part, young Izuku Midoriya is completely innocent, the video we present here was a setup by the League of Villains to get one of UA's students expelled, now this is a direct connection to Director Nezu at UA. Narrator. In the houses and places there were only people bewildered by what was said, they said that he was a traitor, and now he retracted everything, and that it was a lie from the League of Villains, while everyone watched attentively the television, others their cell phones and others were in the street watching the giant screen, and Nezu's voice is heard. Nezu. Whoever sees him, please tell him that UA is looking for him to reassign him to his place for all citizens. Please, if you see this young man, tell him that he is wanted at the UA Hero Academy. Thank you very much for your attention. Kyoko. If anyone sees this young man, please stop him and take him to a hospital. Best regards, Kyoko Yuzuki. Narrator. All the people couldn't believe it, but they were watching and expecting if they saw him on the street while in Nezu's office. Nezu. I have something to tell you all. I give you permission to use your quirks. Please try to find Izuku. Pony. At that moment his cell phone rings. Hello, where are you Itsuka? That Izuku where? If I know where it is. Hangs up. Nezu. I know where is Izuku. Nezu. Someone wants to translate it. I think he said hello where are you Itsuka? That Izuku where? Yes I know where he is then, and then he said Nezu I know where Izuku is. Oh damn where? Pony follow me. A few minutes before the call to Pony. Narrator. In the streets Izuku was devastated and thought that all the people would hit him for believing that he was a traitor, so here and when several people recognized him to tell him that he was innocent and tried to catch him, but he did not hear what they said. He went into a nearby forest. Itsuka was looking for him with her heroine costume and saw Izuku go into the forest, but she saw him enter, while Izuku continued running going deeper and deeper. He thought that they were chasing him, because voices of hatred were haunting his mind at that moment. He saw a door, he entered and closed it, the voices stopped being heard. He turned on the light of his cell phone and saw a figure of a demon and screamed. He put his hands to cover himself and raised his cell phone and looked at it. Carefully in the hands of this one he had a huge ruby and looked at it carefully, and a voice was heard. Tell me young man, do you feel cheated? I will give you that power so that you can show those idiot heroes that they don't deserve you. I will make you the worst monster. If you take the gem, you will become Juggernaut and you will be unstoppable. Izuku. I know what you're thinking, and if this is to destroy everyone I won't do it, but if I take this power I will prevent anyone else from taking revenge with your power. Idiot, do you think a simple human can keep that power? I don't think so. What is that? A supreme sorcerer? No, impossible. What are you doing? Is that a purification? No. He lost his connection with the red stone and said one day I will bring you evil, Izuku Midoriya. Narrator. While in the place Izuku took the gem in his hands and the corrupted gem electrocuted Izuku, but with his strange power in his being, he begins to turn the ruby into a white diamond, which is inserted into his chest while he screams. Narrator. Outside the building, the screams of the heroes and the anguish of others were searching for Izuku. Ida. Izuku friend, where are you? Uraraka. Izuku, Izuku-kun. Bakugo. Nerd, where are you? Midnight. Izuku, please come, we made a big mistake, come Izuku. Where are you Izuku? I regret having treated you like this, but I will try to correct my mistake. Izuku, where are you? Answer, young man. Narrator. Heroes like Mount Lady and Kamui Woods loomed over the forest with no sign of young Izuku on the shield ship. Dr. Strange was baffled. Be strange. That power is not impossible, a supreme sorcerer, where at that moment in the middle of the forest you see a white pillar and Nick sees it and says. Nick. Strange, what is that? Be strange. That's where we should go, pilot, heading towards that pillar now. Pilot. Yes sir, we are 2 minutes away from arriving. Nick. Creates his weapons from his body and puts electric ammunition, I'm ready. Be strange. Creating his magic circles, me too. Narrator. As Nick's ship descends into the building, Izuku transforms, growing to 4 meters tall. A helmet covers his head and clothes, and a white flash appears in the sky. At that moment, Dr. Strange feels that the evil power of Sidorak has been expelled and that a kind power is in that place. Yes. It's strange, I don't detect a power of Sidorak, rather it's something kind. Nick. Let's see if what you say is true first, preparing his weapons. Narrator. A young man was in the building, confused, when everything started to fall. He forcefully got out of the building and quickly got out while he saw it fall before his eyes. At that moment he sees the shield ship and sees Nick Fury and Dr. Strange and gets excited. Izuku. Oh, that's not true, it's Nick Fury's weapon creation quirk. Oh, I can't believe it. He's the supreme sorcerer, Dr. Strange, or are they amazing? Be strange. Tell me how you know so much about us. Izuku. I am a fan of heroes who are recognized by the world, you are the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the director of Avengers School High, right Nick sensei? Be strange. Let me see who you really are. Narrator. At that moment he receives images of a battle with a strange man in a green and purple suit on his head, he has a purple helmet, an image of 6 men attacking New York, and then the battle with a young man with a strange mask, and finally a foe falls defeated and the young man in front of him saving everyone from those disasters and a fight with Sidorak, and finally a glove with gems and a strange snap, takes a few steps back and is caught by Fury. Nick. What happened Strange? Be strange. We have to get him to the United States, he's essential for the wars that are coming, young man, what's your name? Izuku. Izuku Midoriya, that's my name Mr. Strange. Nick. Well, we found you but he was arrested by DS. Be strange. We will not take you to Avengers School High. You are accepted. Let's go to the plane and I will explain many things to you. Come on, young Izuku. Nick. What are you doing? The heroes of Japan are looking for him. Be strange. I'll show you why we should take it to the United States. Narrator. He put his hand on his shoulder and saw all the heroes dead and one villain reigning over all. Nick. God, that's what would happen if we didn't take him to the United States. Gets on his ship and says, connect me with Stark now. Pilot. Yes Mr. Fury. Nick. Young man, welcome to Avengers High School, you can be a hero. Izuku. Thank you for giving me a new opportunity to be a hero, I will not disappoint you, Mr. Fury. Narrator. Elsewhere Stark is with Nizu and tells him. Stark. How is it possible that you have not identified the inconsistencies if it is known that your classes will be suspended for 1 year? You know at that moment you receive a call, if it's me, yes no yes I am here, where yes I know where it is, well for this time look for it, I have things to do, see you, leaving the room and took off into the air and left. Narrator. While in the forest the heroes continued searching until they found a destroyed building, but when they were about to pass it by, Mineta saw something, a fragment of Izuku's backpack. Mineta. Guys, here, no, I don't believe it. He must be under this rubble. Narrator. Began to move stone by stone, the others began to help him and shouted, waiting for an answer, but they never received it. The desperation for a ray of hope was growing, more pieces of the backpack and supplies were being lost, but the young man's body was never found. Everyone thought the worst, because he had met villains and couldn't defend himself, and they took him away for a terrible experiment. Everyone was very ill, but they continued searching for the young Midoriya. A few kilometers from that place you could see Nick Fury's ship, Dr. Strange and Izuku were waiting for the arrival of another member of the Avengers, that was Iron Man, who arrived with his armor and saw the huge young man next to the 2 heroes. Man. Now tell me what the hell is going on. Be strange. this putting his hand on his shoulder, and Tony saw everything at that moment. Images of a battle with a strange man with green and purple clothes and a purple helmet on his head come to him, an image of 6 men attacking New York, and then the battle with a young man with a strange mask, and the young man in front of him, saving everyone from those disasters, and finally a foe fighting with the young man, losing the villain. The fight with a demon, and finally a large man with purple skin with a glove on his hand fighting hard with the young man in front of him. The vision and it changes, and he is seeing his dead friends. Writer. Play the video until minute 051 to 151. The interrupted and almost fainted, and Strange said he is the new pillar of peace. Man. Pilot, take us to Avengers High School and we'll talk later, Strange. Pilot. Yes sir, accelerating to the maximum, returning home, gentlemen. Narrator. While in the forest the efforts to search for Izuku were enormous, but without any result. Daylight was fading, and hopes of finding him as quickly as possible became almost null. Nezu. I know everyone is tired and it's almost nighttime, but we won't lose hope of finding him, I swear. Itsuka. I will never believe them, they took him away from me, I will never forgive them for that, I will never forgive them. Almight. I don't know what I was thinking when I let my pupil leave without checking if he was really a traitor. I'm not worthy of being a pillar of peace. 1A We were wrong Izuku, but we will look for you, we swear friend. To be continued. Narrator. In the United States, Nick's ship was about to land at the Avengers Tower, and when the 4 got off, Professor X was waiting for them. Professor X. Well, what happened Tony, Doctor Strange, Nick, and who are you young? I am. Tony. He is Izuku Midoriya and he is Doctor Strange's new student. For the new students, don't worry, Professor. Strange will tell you why later. Without further ado, Izuku, go with Strange. He will tell you when we start. You will also have companions, and Fury, the boy, wants to talk to you. Nick. Yes, Izuku. Izuku. I have a request, I want Izuku Midoriya to cease to exist and be cremated. That is my decision. My name will be Scoot Fury, that will be my name. The Rise of a Hero. I am Juggernaut. In the previous chapter. Professor X. Well, what happened Tony, Doctor Strange, Nick, and who are you young? I am. Tony. He is Izuku Midoriya and he is Doctor Strange's new student. For the new students, don't worry, Professor. Strange will tell you why later. Without further ado, Izuku, go with Strange. He will tell you when we start. You will also have companions, and Fury, the boy, wants to talk to you. Nick. You're welcome. Izuku. I have a request, I want Izuku Midoriya to cease to exist and be cremated. That is my decision. My name will be Scott Fury, that will be my name. In the current chapter. Narrator. Nick didn't know what to think, but he realized what Izuku meant by that. Nick. Are you sure about this, kid? Do you really want to disappear? But when you do, there's no turning back. You'll be the person you choose. You'll be a covert person, and you won't be able to reveal anything you've learned from your previous life. Scott. See Nick Fury sensei. Nick. But the first thing is that you speak like an American, and that will cost you a lot. Scott. No problem Thatcher. Nick. You speak English. Izuku. A friend helped me a lot and this vacation I wanted to go to her house to see the Incredible Avengers, the heroes closest to Almight in his early days. Her name is Pony. She helped me a lot with my English. I remember it like it was yesterday. Flashback. Pony. Izuku, do you understand me? Tell me. You know what I'm saying. We've been working on this for a long time. Tell me if you understand me, right? Izuku, do you understand me? Tell me, do you know what I'm saying? We've been working on this for a long time. Tell me if you understand me, right? Izuku. Yes, Pony, I understand you, I'm ready. Then flashback. Scott. Yes, good times with her, but now I will prepare to defend what is right and to my loved ones, I swear, father. Nick. Okay, let's get started, Scott Jr. They entered the tower, and the elevator took them down a few floors to where their new home would be. Narrator. Scott and his new father were entering a huge room where a group of young men were impressing the girls who didn't pay much attention until Scott entered the place with his armor and his impressive size. Nick was in front of them, and he looked at them lazily. Nick. Okay, everyone here, I'm introducing my son Scott. Scott, these are your teammates. I'm introducing the newest members of the Avengers. The big green girl is She-Hulk, the daughter of Hulk. Be careful, she's very strong. That's Hulk. Hi Scott, you're cute in my size, tell me, do you have a girlfriend? Nick. Miss Banner, be a little more modest, these girls, the ones next to you are Scarlet Witch and her brother Quicksilver, Magneto's children. The Escarlata. Big and good. Quicksilver. You mess with my sister and you'll pay for it, understood? Scott. If you don't worry, I'll treat her like a lady. Nick. Silver, calm down, the armor and weapons guy is Anti-Venom. Venom. Great, you're great, another great tank. Nick. The girl with flames on her body and leaning against the wall is Ghost Avenger, the daughter of Ghost Rider. G Avenger. Cute maybe but later. Nick. Well, let me introduce you to a new member of this team and she arrived just like you. Her name is White Tiger, the daughter of the hero Black Panther. W Tiger. Hello Scott, welcome. Scott. Thanks. Nick. Well, the girls with yellow and black outfits are X-23 and Shadowcat, they are from the X-Men, and Scott, I suggest you don't mess with Wolverine's daughter. Say hello to both of you. X-23. Smells delicious. Shadowcat. If you tell that to your friend, your father will kill him. Nick. Okay, let's continue with the one in the blue suit and a lightning bolt on her chest. She's Ms. Marvel, the daughter of Captain Marvel and Ant-Man. Ms. Marvel, great, what quirk do you have? I want to know everything about you. Nick. Miss, finishing the presentation, do what you want to these young people, the last ones I think you already know them. Oh, if not you have already heard of them, they are Cyber Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, children of Tony Stark and Spider-Woman. Yes, strange but true, let's introduce ourselves both. See Spider-Man. Wow, you are huge, friend, how tall are you? Spider-Gwen. You look amazing, according to my scanner, you're 3 meters tall, you must have trained a lot to have that body but so developed. Daddy, don't say handsome, don't say that the earth swallows me. Nick. Okay, I leave you Scott, be careful, see you Wolverine, he shouldn't be long and don't look him in the eyes leaving the place. Scott. Okay, you can ask whatever you want. X-23. What is your hero name? Everyone here has one, and you. Scott. Call me Juggernaut, that's my name, I think I have a strength quirk. Q Silver. Tell me, do you like rock music? The Escarlata. Don't take it into account, tell us you come from Japan, that's what your reports say, right Spider-Gwen? Spider-Gwen. Yes, and it doesn't say much about you. It seems like you just arrived. There isn't much information about you. See Spider-Man. Come on sister, leave our enormous comrade Juggernaut alone, don't you believe it, Ms. Marvel? Ms. Marvel. Yes, but now tell us what your quirk is. Tell us. Shadowcat. Given. Juggernaut. Okay, I'm saying it: super strength, superhuman speed and endurance. A Venom. Great, you are like She-Hulk, incredible friend. S-Hulk. I keep saying you have a girlfriend. Juggernaut. No. S-Hulk. Genial. G-Avenger. Calm down, that man already has chains. W Tiger. Girls, let's calm down. X-23. Well, they'll have to go over my adamantium bones. Narrator. At that moment a man wearing black and yellow clothes comes in and sees them, continues smoking and throws X-23 against a wall, but at that moment someone catches her. That's being a hero. Tell me, do you have a name, big guy while smoking his cigar? Tell me. Juggernaut. Hey, that was violent, it could hurt you, and my name is Juggernaut, and who are you? I am your teacher, my name is Wolverine, and from now on you will be my group. Your cards are there, you can now act as heroes in the United States. Welcome to the Young Avengers, and you Juggernaut, I like you, come on, useless, we have a city to defend. All. Ah yes, Wolverine teacher. Wolverine. Just Wolverine, nothing more. On the way they meet one of the most incredible Avengers, Captain America. See America. Wolverine and the new heroes. Wolverine. Seriously, Cap, we have to go through this when new members join us. See America. If you know, Wolverine, let's go to the training room now. Scott is welcome. Scott. Captain America just spoke to me, my dream came true. See America. Well, this is the Avengers testing center, here we train to be a team, you will have to train here to see your future leader. The simulation begins while the Cap leaves the place, and it begins to look like a destroyed city, and a huge machine approaches from the dust. Juggernaut. Well, my specialty was making quirks better, tell me your quirks now. X-23. Regeneration claws, that's my quirk. S-Hulk. Super strength and regeneration. A Venom. Creation of weapons and absorption of them into my armor. W Tiger. Vibranium armor and storm creation. Spider-Gwen. Technological armor and abilities of a spider. See Spider-Man. Technological armor nanomachines. Q Silver supervelocited. B Scarlet. Matter control and energy manipulation. Shadowcat. Intangibility. Short-term time regression. Ms. Marvel. Super strength and I can make myself huge. G Avenger. I can control flames and possess machines to make them obey me as an extension of me. Juggernaut. Okay, W Tiger up, create your storms and destroy all enemies with ease. Q Silver, give us information how many there are. She-Hulk crushes. Scarlet Witch, every enemy turn it into scrap. Ms. Marvel, make giant, we will fight on their ground. See Spider-Man, attack from above everything that is 3 blocks away, or you make it come back, or you turn it into ashes, the rest here on ground with me now. Narrator. From the dust came out a huge machine that rivaled Ms. Marvel and others in the air, which fell to the ground. Everyone. Yes, Juggernaut. Narrator. In the observation room, the teachers watched their students, some more experienced than others, but it seemed as if the young people had known each other for a long time, but they had only known each other for a few hours. See America. That's what it means to be a born leader. Man. Wait, he's like your cap. Narrator. The machines fell one by one with the power of Scarlet Witch, and the others X-23 cut off the heads of the machines which exploded. Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen helped with the cobwebs to stop the machines, while She-Hulk destroyed the machines with blows. Silver acted as an assistant to the others, telling them everything, while Shadowcat broke the machine circuits by entering them and passing through them. Agent Venom created missiles on his back which fired at the machines, reducing them to pieces of metal. Scarlet Witch destroyed the power cores with her power, making them full elsewhere. Avenger with his chains dominated 5 Sentinels and made them fight on his side, while in the heights Tiger created a huge storm with lightning which destroyed the machines in the air, while Juggernaut hit a group of Sentinels hard, which fell destroyed in the observation booth. Everyone gathered to see the group be better. PX. They are strong. Nick. Yes, they are, but what surprises me is the union that Scott made. Be strange. Yes, he is a magnificent leader just as I saw him in my vision. This Marvel. I didn't think my daughter had the potential that that young man gave her. Hulk. That's my little one. Iron Man. That boy is a genius. The two of them were once a problem, now they are a unit, they are Avengers. Black Panther. You're amazing. I thought my daughter would be defeated, but look at her. She's stronger. Who is the big boy? Venom. I didn't think my useless son was so strong. G-Rider. That's my girl, as strong as her father. Wolverine. Maybe she misjudges her if she is strong, my little girl is now a woman. Magneto. I see it and I don't believe it, those two were a problem, now they are the best team I've ever seen. Cap America. I see they will be strong in the future. Thor. Incredible, they are strong, they would like Valhalla. Professor X. My little kitty has become a woman, who are you? Izuku Midoriya. Juggernaut. It's time for the last one, I'll give it my all. Plus I'll try. The pressure blow hit the powerful Sentinel full on, but instead of just throwing him back, he was destroyed piece by the power of Juggernaut until he crashed into a building, turning off. Everyone. What was that? That's the power of Juggernaut. I never thought he was that strong. He's amazing. You're great, Scott. Magnificent. He's incredible. His power goes beyond belief. You're great, my friend. I'll never mess with him. I like strong men. Ha, that's how it's done, Juggernaut. Hap. That's what they told us at the meeting. Impressive, better than what you told us, Nick. He's the new symbol of peace. I know. Juggernaut. So this is my new power, it's surprisingly better than I thought. At that moment the women throw themselves at him and hug him. Ha kai girls, what are you doing? Ball. You are our Scott, ha 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 ha. Computer. Simulation completed. Narrator. At that moment the Avengers enter and Captain America sees Scott and says. See America. Fight 10 points, camaraderie 10 points, brotherhood 10 points, leadership 70 points. That had never happened except with me, but not the first time. Welcome to Avengers School. Hi new students, your exam is passed, but before celebrating thanks Scott, he was the one who gave you the pass to our school. Welcome. All. Yes thanks Scott, bro, you are the best. X8, tell me, are you interested in polygamy? You are the man, friend, it is a pleasure to be on your side, we consider you your family brother. Scott. Thank you and thank you Captain America sensei. See America. Welcome comrade, welcome hero Juggernaut. We'll continue. Nick. Are you sure, Izuku? Scott. See adios Izuku Midoriya. Narrator. At that moment, Scott is given an urn with the ashes of Izuku's skin and at the base it says. In memory of my fallen comrade Izuku Midoriya. Nick. That's it, you'll send them with them. Scott. No, they still haven't respected me, and now I'll make them suffer for not having given me their trust. Hiding behind the wall, Izuku's new comrades heard everything and came out from behind the wall. All. You don't have to suffer alone, we'll suffer with you Izuku. Oh, that's your name, I see why you're a little like that. I see sadness in your soul. We didn't know Izuku, no one here knew, now we are your family. That's what we will be, brother. We feel your pain, I feel the pain in your heart. We will make your life here good, brother. X2, we will heal your heart, we swear. Scott. Thank you, falling to his knees while the 8 women hugged him and the others watched as the sun set in the United States. Narrator. In Japan, efforts to find Izuku Midoriya were almost nil, the police gave up, the heroes stopped searching for the young man, and his group looked sadly at Izuku's desk, still with a lump in their throats. The young people could not believe that their friend had disappeared overnight without a trace, and that maybe their friend was kidnapped by the villains, and that made them doubt whether to be heroes. Oh no, the one who felt even worse was Almight, who saw a photo of the young man with him and looked sadly at the new day. His school showed that the first group was sad, his friend and rival watched angrily as he could not stop his partner. Now the place seemed to have lost all its color. The smile of his comrade would not be seen again in 2B, a girl felt hate, rage, and felt that the one she called her hero had failed her, that was Itsuka, who saw the image of Izuku on her cell phone. Itsuka. Izuku donde estas? Where are you? Crying at that moment her cell phone rings and she wipes her tears and answers yes well I'm Itsuka Kendo. Hi cutie, don't raise your voice, if it's me, I want you to come where I am, they're going to pick you up. Itsuka. You're not lying to me leaving the room it's not a lie, tell me it isn't. No it isn't cutie look up. Itsuka. That when I look up there was a shield plane and to the side and it's not true. Narrator. The whole school saw how the ship descended and its doors opened and a very well-known group came out. Itsuka. They are the Avengers. Nesu. How is it possible Iron Man, Captain America, Thor and Hulk, how can I help you? Man. Nesu according to the statutes of the heroes for exposing a student and having disappeared, you will be given a 6-month closure from the school over exposing and treating indecorously a student who is now lost. Meanwhile, the students will return home right now, only one will not go home on the recommendation of one of our students, Itsuka Kendo you are here report to the Avengers ship now. Narrator. She arrived with her heroine briefcase and backpack in front of Captain America. See America. So you're little, go up to Avengers High School, they're waiting for you, they've told me a lot about you, go up to your new school, they're waiting for you, and Nezu, bring everyone home, it's an order from the UHO or better known as the United Heroes Organization. Nezu. But they can't do it. Or. We already did it so send everyone home they will open in 6 months. Man. It's a warning, close it or we will close this place, but you are warned forever, Nesu and the ship leaves in the ship, Iron Man goes to Itsuka well, he's waiting for you at the Avengers Tower, only he's changed a lot, you'll see, pilot at full power, let's go home. Pilot, yes Mr. Stark. The Six Sinister the New Hope the returned P1. They don't like nah, the Avengers images, videos and others are not mine, they are from their respective authors, let's start. In the previous chapter. 1 week after training at Avengers Tower. Itsuka. You're not lying to me leaving the room it's not a lie, tell me it isn't. No it isn't cutie look up. Itsuka. That when I look up there was a plane and an A to the side is not true. Narrator. The whole school saw how the ship descended and the doors opened and a very well-known group came out. Itsuka. They are the Avengers. Nesu. How is it possible Iron Man, Captain America, Thor and Hulk, how can I help you? Man. Nesu according to the statutes of the heroes for exposing a student and who under your jurisdiction disappeared the school is closed for 6 months for exposing and indecorously treating a student who is now lost meanwhile the students will return home right now, only one will not go home on the recommendation of one of our students, Itsuka Kendo you are here report to the Avengers ship now. Narrator. She arrived with her heroine briefcase and backpack in front of Captain America. See America. So your little one, go up, Avengers School High is waiting for you, they've told me a lot about you, go up, your new school is waiting for you in Nesu, return everyone home, it's an order from the UHO or better known as the United Heroes Organization. Nezu. But they can't do it. Or. We already did it so send everyone home, they will open in 6 months, while I create the boarding schools that are in development, now send everyone home now oh are you doing it electrifying his hammer now move. Man. It's a warning, close it or we will close this place, but you are warned forever, Nezu Itsuka enters, and behind her the Avengers and the ship leaves, inside this Iron Man goes to Itsuka well, he is waiting for you at the Avengers Tower, only he has changed a lot, you will see, pilot at full power, let's go home. Pilot, yes Mr. Stark. In the current chapter. Narrator. In the Avengers Tower, Scott and his companions had returned from a mission in the city. A villain named Lizard had robbed a bank, but the new young people had quickly defeated the villain, and now the new Izuku was waiting for Itsuka with his sensei, while Professor X played chess with Magneto. Professor X. You don't have to worry young Scott, she will come with him, I assure you while taking a bishop with his pawn. Magneto. I'll tell you something, I know it's tedious, but why only her, tell me young Scott with his queen he eliminated a rook because that's the question. Scott. She was the only one who didn't look at me with eyes of resentment, she looked at me with eyes of confusion, Master Magneto. Professor X. Speaking of the King of Rome, they have already arrived at that moment Scott came out of his thoughts while the Quinjet arrived at the tower and landed, lowering the 4 Avengers and a young woman gets out of the plane and looks everywhere, and Scott arrives and sees her. Iron Man. Hey Miss Itsuka, the big guy you see in front of you is Izuku, only here they call him Scott. He takes off his helmet and looks at her, throwing it away while she sees the big change in him, she runs and hugs him as if he had returned from the dead. Itsuka. What's up, are you okay? What happened to you, Izuku? Why are you like this? It's a big change. Scott. I'll tell you everything later. Come on, I have to introduce you to my best friends. It's been a week and you're finally here. You're going to love this place. Narrator. In the dorm room his roommates were taking a break wearing their casual clothes and saw Scott, but they had doubts about the young woman who was next to him who was barely taller than Scott's waist. Scott. Guys, come closer, this is Itsuka Kendo, my friend. Everyone. Hello Itsuka. So you're Itsuka Kendo. We have heard a lot about you. I am Flash Thompson, better known as Agent Venom. Nice to meet you, miss. Wow, beautiful, what women you get, friend, you are great. Scott. Ah, how silly I am, my name is Peter Parker, nice to meet you, miss Itsuka. Ha, they call me Cyborg Spider-Man. Oh, Fraulein, ah, excuse me, I'm Pietro Maximoff, and this is my sister Wanda Maximoff. Wanda. It's clear you're looking for pretty girls like us. Scott has forgiven my retarded brother. Our hero names are Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, the idiot next to me. Okay, stop with the nonsense. I'm Laura Kinney, but they call me X-23. I suggest you don't mess with me, taking her claws out of her knuckles. Ah, calm down X-23, if your father finds out he will kill you. Ha, excuse my temper, I am Kitty Pryde, but call me Shadow Cat. You look strong, girl, ha 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 ha. I'm Jennifer Walters, I'm almost the oldest in the group, but don't mention my age. Oh, I'll have to hit you. No, it's not true, I was joking, ha 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 ha. I'm not serious about the age issue. They also call me She-Hulk, yes, when I turn I literally turn green, ha ha ha. Listen to her, you don't want to be like Gwen, she played a trick on him and he ended up with several broken bones. Excuse me, my name is Eliza Blade, it's a pleasure to meet the girl who defended Scott. They also call me Ghost Avenger. I'm not suggesting you do bad things. I'm temperamental, so it's better to get along if you continue. Gwen. Gwen. Ha, yes, no, I recommend you make jokes to She-Hulk, she turns green with anger, haha. Well, I'm Gwen Parker, it's a pleasure to meet you Itsuka Kendo, and I hope you shared. Wow, you are blonde, I like girls with a heroine look, ha 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 ha. I am Kamala Khan, nice to meet you, but they call me Miss Marvel. It is a pleasure to meet you. Scott has told me a lot about you, tell me seriously, will you share it? As you see there is not much to choose from, ha 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 ha. Don't pay attention to them, but just to confirm it, tell me that you will do it. Sorry, my name is Shuri Blackspoo, from Wakanda, but they call me White Tiger. Yes, I know, I'm brunette. Is there a problem with that? Yes, I already know. No, don't tell me anything, just say that you will share it. Itsuka. Well, he has suffered a lot and I have known him since I can remember. He deserves more love than a woman can give, and answering your question, if that is what he wants, then I will share his heart. Just tell me that you will give a part to everyone. Scott. Scott. I will, you know I always keep my promises, Itsuka-san. Itsuka. Well, there you have your answer. Now where are we? Man. This is the Avengers room, Miss Itsuka, and I know you're lying to us. That's not your quirk. It enlarges your hands, but that's not your real quirk. The name of your quirk is Medusa. It's very rare, but it's malleable and can make big changes to your body. Take off the bow from your hair now. Itsuka. It's okay, she takes off her bow and her hair reaches her heels. That's how I am. My quirk allows me to use my hair as a weapon. It hardens and creates weapons and even armaments. My mother told me to only use it in case of extreme urgency, and that's what I did the day I saved Izuku from a truck. Man. It's okay, I saw the video, he defended it until the end. You are very powerful, but here that power will grow, I swear, and you will be able to make it stronger. We will create a suit for you. Without further ado, the Avengers, we will be in an exercise with other heroes. For now, stay alone and protect the city while we are gone. See America. Young Scott, the city is in your care until your master Logan arrives. See you later. The Quinjet takes off and the Avengers leave. Juggernaut. Okay, let's patrol. This city won't defend itself. All? Yes. Narrator. Far from Avengers Tower, 6 people are talking. Finally the Avengers left, leaving their students who have no strength to stop us. We should take down the tower of those detestable Avengers. I'll destroy them with my claws, hahaha. We'll think about it, that tower will have many defenses, attacking the city is a better option, my illusions will lead them to chaos, hahaha. My electricity will lead everyone to their death, hahaha. My sand will cover everything, and we will be the only ones who rule this city, hahaha. My bombs will end the peace of this stupid city, the codes will be all that is heard, hahaha. Well, gentlemen, the 6 sinister ones are here, haha, to destroy the city. Narrator. In the street, Cyber Spider-Man was flying over the city and his sister was swinging over the buildings on a street. She-Hulk and Shadowcat help an old woman cross the street. In another place, Agent Venom, X-23 and Medusa help some lost girls because they didn't know which train to take and they helped them with their problem. In another street, Scarlet Witch and her brother were helping some Girl Scouts cross the street. White Tiger and Ghost Avenger were patrolling the streets on his motorcycle. In another place, Miss Marvel was patrolling a little far from Juggernaut. At that moment, a bank explodes and everyone runs. She gets up and says. Marvel. What the hell is going on, isn't it true? A car is about to hit her when a muscular man stops it and puts it on the ground. Thanks Juggernaut. The ha 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 ha, the heroes are good to see the future heroes, ha 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 ha. Juggernaut. Who are you, tell me villain. My name, oh yes, I'll tell you, kid. At that moment, 4 tentacles come out of the dust and a man is shown. Well, listen carefully, kid, I'm Dr. Otto, but call me Octopus. We'll continue. Narrator. In other places, people were running for their lives. The city was under attack. A small hovercraft was putting Cyborg Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen on the ropes by making huge explosions with its bombs. See Spider-Man. Curse ha, an explosion almost hits him. He uses his repulsors, but it has no result. This one is too fast and it doesn't hit him. Curse Spider-Gwen, you can't hack it. Come here kids, I have presents for you, ha 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 ha. Voting 8 bombs and they exploded while they were escaping. Spider-Gwen. Impossible, my computer has a virus. That bastard hacked me, shooting his webs. Ah, don't move so much, what would izuku do in these cases, ha. Narrator. In the center, an electric man hit Quicksilver and crashed him into a car while Scarlet Witch made a shield with concrete with her quirk. Quicksilver. Ha, he's tougher than we think, sister. The Scarlet. Has cursed while resisting the man's thunder. What's happening? The heroes can't handle the electricity, ha ha ha. Voting many rays to the concrete that Scarlet Witch has as a shield. Narrator. Shadowcat and She-Hulk are in the illusion where Izuku tries to hit them, but they say it's not him. If you dance my dears, dance, it will only last a few minutes, ha ha ha. S-Hulk. What is this damn thing? What is the real thing, ha? While being hit by a copy of Juggernaut, oh damn. Shadowcat. Ha, you know this is a damn illusion, right? Narrator. In the air, Agent Venom was slammed against a building while X-23 climbed the building stairs and Medusa was embedded in a water tank by the winged villain, but Venom hit his propellant with his leg and it released him, causing him to fall to the roof of the building. That's all the pathetic Avengers can do. Venom. I can do this all day, come on bird. Narrator. From the container came out Jellyfish with his new suit. Medusa. You know I don't like you and this time I'll make you Kentucky-style chicken wings. X-23. Goes through the door on the top floor of the building. Seriously, you couldn't fly to a 100-story building, now you want me to take it apart, Medusa. Medusa. Yes, do it for me. I see that you are ready for the next assault, let's not see how much you are ready. Narrator. At the construction building, a ghost Avenger drives a backhoe and is fighting with a huge Sandman. Avenger. Ha, test my power, dog, ha. At that moment the man hits the machine with his fist, but he begins to see how his sand turns into glass. What happened? Aren't you afraid of the heat? Or if so, me and my big mouth. At that moment the machine is turned into scrap and Ghost Avenger comes out of the twisted metals. Ha, that hurt. I hope you can wide. At that moment, a shock wave opens the chest of that massive sand and from it comes out White Tiger. And how did it work? Tiger. Nothing has a weak point. You discovered something, Ghost. Avenger. He doesn't like the heat, you know, right? Tiger. Sand turns to glass at about 1500 degrees centigrade, but we don't have that temperature here. Avenger. You haven't known me angry, let's start. Everyone at different points. Let's start. Avengers unite. The Six Sinister, The New Hope, The Return, P2. They don't like, nah, the Avengers images, videos and others are not mine, they are from their respective authors, let's start. In the previous chapter. Narrator. In other places, people were running for their lives. The city was under attack. A small hovercraft was putting Cyborg Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen on the ropes by making huge explosions with its bombs. See Spider-Man. Curse ha, an explosion almost hits him. He uses his repulsors, but it has no result. This one is too fast and it doesn't hit him. Curse Spider-Gwen, you can't hack it. Come here kids, I have presents for you, ha 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 ha. Voting 8 bombs and they exploded while they were escaping. Spider-Gwen. Impossible, my computer has a virus. That bastard hacked me, shooting his webs. Ah, don't move so much, what would Izuku do in these cases, ha. Narrator. In the center, an electric man hit Quicksilver and crashed him into a car while Scarlet Witch made a shield with concrete with her quirk. Quicksilver. Ha, he's tougher than we think, sister. The Scarlet. Has cursed while resisting the man's thunder. What's happening? The heroes can't handle the electricity, ha ha ha. Voting a lot of lightning to the concrete that Scarlet Witch has as a shield. Narrator. Shadowcat and She-Hulk are in the illusion where Izuku tries to hit them, but they say it's not him. If you dance my dears, dance, it will only last a few minutes, ha ha ha. S-Hulk. What is this damn thing? What is the real thing, ha? While being hit by a copy of Juggernaut, oh damn. Shadowcat. Ha, you know this is a damn illusion, right? Narrator. In the air, Agent Venom was slammed against a building while X-23 climbed the building stairs and Medusa was embedded in a water tank by the winged villain, but Venom hit his propellant with his leg and it released him, causing him to fall to the roof of the building. That's all the pathetic Avengers can do. A Venom. I can do this all day, come on bird. Narrator. Jellyfish came out of the container with her new suit. Medusa. You know I don't like you and this time I'll make you Kentucky-style chicken wings. X-23. Goes through the door on the top floor of the building. Seriously, you couldn't fly to a 100-story building, now you want me to take it apart, Medusa. Medusa. Yes, do it for me. I see that you are ready for the next assault, let's not see how much you are ready. Narrator. At the construction site, a ghost Avenger is driving a backhoe and fighting a huge Sandman. G-Avenger. Ha, test my power dog, ha. At that moment the man hits the machine with his fist, but he begins to see how his sand turns into glass. What happened, aren't you afraid of the heat? Or if so, me and my big mouth. At that moment the machine is turned into scrap and Ghost Avenger comes out of the twisted metals. Ha, that hurt. I hope you can wide. At that moment, a shock wave opens the chest of that massive sand, and from it comes out White Tiger. And how did it work? W Tiger. Nothing has a weak point, you discovered something, Ghost. G Avenger. He doesn't like the heat, you know, right? W Tiger. Sand turns to glass at about 1500 degrees centigrade, but we don't have that temperature here. G Avenger. You haven't known me angry, let's start. Everyone at different points. Let's start, Avengers unite. In the current chapter. Narrator. The citizens ran while the villains and heroes fought. The TV news was flying over the place watching the battle between the two groups were fighting. Reporter. The battle between the youth and the Sinister Six has begun. Narrator. At the bank, Dr. Octopus throws several cars at Juggernaut, who destroys them and then hits Octopus, causing him to crash through several buildings, leaving the Doctor in a bad position, while Juggernaut tries to tear off the Doctor's tentacles, but some bombs bring him back to cruel reality. Oh, that's what the one who threw them thought. Six Sinister One, the heroes zero, hahaha. That at that moment Octopus is thrown at the one who had a hovercraft which crashes and explodes. To my toy, nobody messes with the Green Goblin, I'm going back. T-Boss Surah. He saw the 3-meter tall man and said, how is it possible your friends fell before us and you are so well after that? Narrator. At that moment his comrades fell in front of him, hurt but alive. The Sandman had arrived with the rest, and Scott saw them and said, Scott. I will never forgive you for this. Arena. This is your end, crushing everyone. Oh, that's what he thought. At the other end of the street, Scott put his companions on the wall and said, Scott. You're okay, guys. G Avenger. We're fine, a little damaged, but fine. A Venom. Yes, we just need to rest, friend. Spider-Gwen. If you don't trust yourself. Medusa. They have weaknesses that you can decipher. She-Hulk. Look at them carefully, Scott, we damage them. M. Marvel Shadowcat. Be careful, Scott. X-23 C. Spider-Man. W. Tiger. C. Precavito. Quicksilver Scarlet Witch. Finish them off, friend. Scott. Low R. Narrator. The Sinister Six were gathered and looked at Juggernaut, who said, Juggernaut. Forward. At that moment he imposed himself with his legs and hit the Sandman, but he only went through him, and the Sandman smiled. How is it not true? Arena. There, Sand Boy, but I will fight you. Ha, he took Juggernaut by surprise and lifted the Colossus. Rider. Forget the rest, just the attack, and just put a car instead of a table. Arena. You didn't expect it, right, hero? Narrator. At that moment, the Green Goblin throws 8 bombs and they explode, crashing him into a bus, which he tries to get up through, but Dr. Octopus's 4 tentacles pull him out from among the twisted irons, and he throws it against a building. With his electro rays, he causes a gas pipe to explode, causing the building to explode. At that moment, the Vulture throws a car and it collapses the building while his companions watch in terror as the building falls. Mysterio. Hahaha, I don't think your friend could have survived that. Hahaha, now it's your turn. His multiple machines were about to create illusions. Everti. Your friend is no longer among the living with multiple bombs in his hands. Electro. They no longer have a chance against us. Lightning overflowed in his hands. Arena. His last words, creating 2 hammers with his hands. The Octopus. It's time to die. At that moment his tentacles took out 4 blades. Vulture. They no longer have their leader. Trash's claws were about to touch them when a loud bang makes the 6 Sinister Ones turn around. That. Sinister Six. It's impossible, no man could bear that, nor would Hulk bear it like that. Narrator. A powerful blow shattered all the debris and fell near his friends who were standing up and looking at Izuku with happiness, who looked at the 6 Sinister Ones. Juggernaut. Don't give up, friends, never back down, never lose faith, we are heroes and we are the Avengers, united. Let's do the same as in the simulation. You already know what to do, Medusa. With me we will destroy your tentacles of Dr. Octopus with your own machines now. Narrator. At that moment, Ghost Avenger controlled 5 cars with his chains and smashed them against the Sandman. G Avenger. I'm tired of you damn sandbox. Ha, the 5 cars engulfed in flames crash and he tries to free himself, but Scarlet Witch prevents him. The Escarlata. We are not going to allow him to escape, aha, which creates a dome, causing the Sandman to be confined by the two women, turning him into glass and leaving him locked up. Narrator. The others fight with different enemies following Scott's orders, among them the Spider siblings Peter and Gwen. See Spider. Sister hack it now. Spider-Gwen. Yes, I already did it. At that moment Mysterio can't use his machines and is beaten by the two brothers and locked in a cocoon of spiderwebs, packed little brother. Electro. If they were defeated like now they are ready for battle, like releasing thousands of rays from his hands directly at Agent Venom and Quicksilver, which distract Electro. Stay still. At that moment, Agent Venom creates a gun with special bullets shooting at Electro, who sees the bullets rendering his electricity useless. What is this? My body does not react. Why not? No. At that moment Quicksilver hits Electro with everything, which tries to defend himself, but it is impossible. Damn. Venom. This time our leader is here. Trash. We are not alone, creating two metal boxers on his knuckles and throws two at Quicksilver. Quicksilver. Let's begin. The two of them knocked out several of Electro's teeth with devastating force and he fainted from the blows. One less, three left. Narrator. In the air, the Vulture wants to take off X-23, Miss Marvel, Shadowcat and White Tiger, who are on its wings. Vulture. Damn brats, leave me alone. X-23. Time for some fun, cutting various parts of his machine. How about that? Shadowcat. You know intangibility is my area, piercing and pulling several cables from inside the machine. W Tiger. He gave us strength, taking out his vibranium claws and embedding them in the engines, and the Vulture machine fell. We are good at this. Vulture. I'm going to kill you, damn brats, taking out his gun, but Miss Marvel crushed him with her feet, leaving him faint from the impact. Marvel. That was all for you, villain. Narrator. While elsewhere Octopus was cornered by Medusa's enhanced mechanical arms, along with Scott's enormous strength, almost destroyed one of the Doctor's mechanical arms. The Octopus. My plan was infallible, how is it possible? I, Dr. Octopus, defeated by some insignificant young people, not impossible. He looked around and saw all his accomplices defeated and his enemies gathered. No, the Avengers were not there. Our victory was infallible, how is it possible? Narrator. At that moment you hear someone coming and say. Because they are not simple heroes, they are the next generation, they are the Avengers. Garbage. 13 of them are needed to put you in jail for a long time. Garbage. The Octopus. That voice is not impossible, that is Wolverine. Wolverine. Yes, I am trash. The Octopus. No, I should have won, you took away my opportunity. Damn. Juggernaut, throwing several cars at Wolverine, but he dodges them. Juggernaut. Well, our last blow, give it your all, this is your end. Octopus. Avengers unite. At that moment the blow hit Octopus and it passed several buildings and was badly injured, but alive. This is my path, I am an Avenger and no one will tell me what to do, I am the next symbol of peace. Narrator. Newscasts around the world saw the new United States prowess, the young Avengers, who had won, the media said of the great team, and that they would soon have an inter-school exchange with another country. 1 year has passed, and they became very famous in Japan. The young people of UA had returned to classes. In Japan, the surprise of the young Avenger had wreaked havoc among the women of that country. The women had set their eyes on the young man. What they did not know is that he was on the way. In the Avengers Tower, Scott said goodbye to his teachers and kept an urn and some papers in a backpack and said, Scott. It's time to go to my old life, it's time to be an Avenger in another country, it's time to go, no friends. All. Yes, we are ready, Scott. Avengers. Avengers assemble. Narrator. In Japan, the second year of Group A was very bad. His students mourned the loss of their friend. While Almight had his new carrier Melissa Shield, he felt that his group was hiding something from him, but he didn't know why. On the Avengers plane Izuku couldn't sleep. He had 9 women on top of him because they felt appreciation and didn't want to leave him unprotected. Wolverine. Damn lucky. All men. We envy you, Izuku. Narrator. At school, Izuku's classmates were sad. A year had passed in which their comrade and friend disappeared. Now they were in the second year and would be fine in terms of their studies. Now they were having training on the athletics track where Mineta was discouraged and wanted to rest. Mineta. Hey guys, let's rest. I know you want to have muscles on your muscles for when Izuku returns, but calm down. Everyone. Shut up, Mineta, we know Izuku isn't here, we know it. The woman remembered Izuku's laughter and the men his strength and camaraderie. Everyone followed while Mineta looked at the sky throne. We'll be waiting for you, friend. Narrator. In the sky a ship passes and Mineta sees the symbol on the side and says. Mineta. That's it guys, the Avengers arrived. They all hit Mineta as they ran and saw how the Avengers ship parked, and they saw a big man along with 3 other young men get out of the ship, and behind them 9 women saw the school, and he said guys, there are pretty girls. Bakugo. Shut up, trash with grapes, who are they? Seiya. That giant boy looks familiar to me. Yes, that is Juggernaut, number 78 of the US Heroes. Mina. It really looks hexy, look at that size. All. You're crazy, aren't we right? We said it. Mina. I didn't say anything. Narrator. At that moment All Might arrives and receives them, and Wolverine comes out of the ship. Wolverine. Long time no see All Might, we're here aren't we guys? All. Avengers assemble. We'll continue. Narrator. In front of All Might there was a young man who looked at him with melancholy, but All Might spoke. It's good that you came, Wolverine. They are your students. Wolverine. Yes, because you're still wearing that pathetic suit. Present yourself, guys. Nice to meet you, Sir All Might, it's a pleasure to meet you, my name is Juggernaut. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. All Might. We are Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. We are Cyber Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, nice to meet you, Mr. All Might. I am Agent Venom, nice to meet you, Sir All Might. Wow, you are All Might have often typed tell me X23 nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you All Might, and we are She-Hulk and Ghost Avenger. So you are All Might, looks big, but not at the level of I say Juggernaut, we are Shadowcat, White Tiger, it's a pleasure to hear from you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. All Might. They call me Miss Marvel. You already know me, but I think with this new outfit I'm not Tsuka Kendo, and they call me Medusa. Nice to see you again, Mr. All Might. Juggernaut. And we are the Avengers, but Wolverine sensei, I have to do something first, you know what I have to do? No. Wolverine. Yes, All Might calls your students. This will be hard for you. He knows what happened to Izuku. See. Might. All Might went quickly and in front of Juggernaut and said, tell me young man, what happened to young Izuku, tell me. Writer. Play this song all the way through. Juggernaut. Call everyone and I'll tell them. Narrator. Everyone gathered while Juggernaut looked at everyone with melancholy, all students and teachers stood in front of him. He took off his helmet and looked at them and said. Scott. My name is Scott. I came here to look for the villain Blackheart. In that battle, I met a young man. That was Izuku. He helped me with a little strength he had. A building was to the side and with him I managed to defeat him. But Blackheart was so close he wanted to kill me that Izuku helped me with his last strength. I remember him as if it were yesterday. Flashback 1 year earlier. Narrator. Blackheart was on the ground defeated, or so it was supposed to be. Izuku. Are you okay, Juggernaut? Juggernaut. Yes, thank you young Midoriya. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't helped me. I would surely be dead. Your quirk is strong and you are very strong. Wait, what's coming out of your chest? A multicolored sphere came out of it and went to the sky. What was that, Izuku? Izuku? That was my quirk, or what was left of it in me, don't worry, I'm fine. Juggernaut. You are hurt here at the shield reconnaissance ship, the job is done, I have a wounded, pick us up. Fury. Hold on, we're heading towards your position. Juggernaut. They're coming to help, my friend, just hold on a little. At that moment, Izuku sees how Blackheart stands up and with his tail full of sharp Blackheart spikes, tries to pierce Juggernaut, but instead he pricks someone else. Blackheart. Die Juggernaut, if I can't defeat you I'll take you with me to hell. Narrator. At that moment, with his last strength, Izuku protected Juggernaut while Blackheart watched a boy die in his last attack defending his new friend. Blackheart. Because despite no longer having your quirk you defended him, young man, that attack was not for you, but I respect your courage, none of those stupid heroes would die for a comrade, cough cough, you really are HROE falling, and at that moment Blackheart withdrew his tail from Izuku's heart and the villain died. At that moment, Blackheart began to turn into dust and disappear. Juggernaut. Izuku, no friend, don't leave me, support is coming, resist comrade, resist here. Juggernaut respond, we have a wounded person, I repeat, we have a wounded person, listen Izuku, tell me friend, tell me something. Izuku. Mommy, I will be a hero like All Might, right, cough cough, spitting blood, I will fulfill my promise, I will be a hero All Might. Narrator. Juggernaut watched as the young man's life slipped away without him being able to give anything to save him. Slowly Izuku's brightness began to fade and his eyes lost their shine. Juggernaut. No, don't go, I barely know you, but I can tell you that you are a great hero, don't leave me friend, no crying. Well, Izuku extended his hand and he saw everything as he met everyone and he fell to the ground while the Avengers ship arrived, but it was too late, the young man had died. I couldn't help him, dad died because of me, he should be more cautious. At that moment, Juggernaut cried while screaming in sadness, helplessness, and for not being able to do anything to change everything, but it was inevitable. Nick. Come on, son. He would have wanted you to move on with your life. Blackheart was one of your teacher's enemies and you came here to defeat him, even at a high cost. He will be taken to the Hall of Heroes in the United States and we will pay tribute to the young man who saved my son. Then flashback. Juggernaut. I know it's very foolish of me to ask for forgiveness, but the Avengers never told me they were looking for him, rather I found out a few months ago when one of my friends came to Japan and saw his picture posted on the police stations. Izuku fought by my side like a hero. I didn't want to be like my father, but he taught me that even without having your quirk and a great power like mine, I had ideals. I picked this up from his battered backpack when he fought that villain. In his hands was a quirk analysis notebook that had the number 13. It helped me a lot and I understood that he was a great strategist. I know this is cruel, but I brought his body, not his physical form, but his essence. Taking a container out of his backpack, this is a tribute to him. This box contains his remains. I'm sorry, I couldn't do anything for him and I feel guilty about his death. Excuse me, this box was made by Stark Industries, so it will be impossible for it to break. He will be remembered as an Avenger who gave his life for me, and that saddens me. Narrator. A group of women went for the urn, everyone there was crying for their friend, their comrade, their student had died, helping a hero to defend his code, being a hero until the end. The 6 women, when they had the urn, hugged it and began to cry. Almight felt helpless as much as Iida, Kirishima, Bakugo, Shoto and Mineta. They saw how the young man retired, and they saw the urn while they cried. The most affected were the girls, when they saw their friend in a metal box. That day it rained as if the sky knew their pain. The media broke the news that the young Izuku, unjustly accused, had died and a tribute would be given in his honor. Class 2 went to their rooms while Logan watched as Juggernaut cried among his now new comrades. The day had turned dark and melancholic. Izuku's friends wished that their green-haired friend would show his face of laughter and nervousness, but nothing. That day had become a sea of pain and suffering, and Logan spoke to his student. Logan. You think this was good, boy. I know what it's like to be forgotten, and that's why I became the way I am. I know what that is. Don't do the same thing I did. I'm just telling you that getting them back will be difficult. Keep that in mind, Izuku. At that moment, Izuku cried and his new companions hoped that the sadness wouldn't corrupt him. Izuku. Even so, I will continue Logan-sensei. If they killed Izuku, now there is only Scott and I am the leader of the Young Avengers. There is no turning back. I am a reborn hero and my name is Juggernaut and there is no turning back. The beginning of friendship and sadness. In the previous chapter. Narrator. A group of women went for the urn, everyone there was crying for their friend, their comrade, their student had died, helping a hero to defend his code, being a hero until the end. The 6 women, when they had the urn, hugged it and began to cry. Almight felt helpless as much as Iida, Kirishima, Bakugo, Shoto and Mineta. They saw how the young man retired, and they saw the urn while they cried. The most affected were the girls, when they saw their friend in a metal box. That day it rained as if the sky knew their pain. The media broke the news that the young Izuku, unjustly accused, had died and a tribute would be given in his honor. Class 2 went to their rooms while Logan watched Juggernaut cry among his now new comrades. The day had turned dark and melancholic. Izuku's friends wished that their green-haired friend would show his face of laughter and nervousness, but nothing. That day had become a sea of pain and suffering, and Logan spoke to his student. Logan. You think this was good, boy. I know what it's like to be forgotten, and that's why I became the way I am. I know what that is. Don't do the same as me. I'm just telling you that getting them back will be difficult. Keep that in mind. Izuku. At that moment, Izuku cried, and his new companions hoped that the sadness wouldn't corrupt him. Izuku. Even so, I will continue Logan-sensei. If they killed Izuku, now there is only Scott, and I am the leader of the Young Avengers. There is no turning back. I am a reborn hero and my name is Juggernaut, and there is no turning back. In the current chapter. Narrator. In the morning the Avengers group was training and Scott lifts a school bus while his teammates run and go around the complex. Scott leaves the bus on the ground and sees his teammates rest, and Itsuka takes some water out of a cooler and distributes it among everyone from a backpack. She takes out a towel and a bottle of water. She passes them to Scott, who grabs them and says. Scott. Thanks Itsuka-san, I appreciate it. It's barely 7 a.m. Ah, a big change from the facilities at the Avenger Tower to those at UA, don't you think? Itsuka. Ha, yes, I miss Jarvis. He always told us what to do. They say they are making an addition to the second mansion. Do you think, Scott? Scott. If today is the tribute to Izuku, you will go. Itsuka. Of course I'll go and you too. It's sad, but only if you know what happened. I respect your decision. We all respect them, darling, and we'll play along. We know what they did to you, and they'll pay for it with tears and blood, Scott. Scott. Laura. Guys, he sees his teammate smile. Pity Laura. We respect you and we know you're worth a lot. We'll never leave a comrade, right, guys? Wanda. Jennifer. Of course, he means everything to us and we won't let that smile go to waste. Flash. Pietro. We are your friends and we will always respect you. Eliza. Gwen. We won't let them hurt you again. We are the Avengers and we will go to the bitter end. We are the ones who support you. Kamala. Shuri. We will be your shield and your sword, Scott. Peter. We are the Avengers. If we stay together no one will defeat us. All. Ready, Scott, clasping their hands. Scott. Guys smiling and putting his hand next to the others. All. Avengers assemble. Scott. Let's go back to our camp, Kamala. Can you do us a favor? Kamala. Of course she took a cube out of her backpack and pressed a button and it grew. The Young Avengers camp is ready, guys. Scott. I never cease to be impressed by your father's progress, Kamala-san. Kamala. It's not that bad, the pin particles are made from our DNA, haha, they can be synthesized in the laboratory of this complex. The best thing for us is Mr. Stark, Mr. Black Panther and my father do not spare any expense, not even these if they are used for the good of the citizens, not like those in Japan, they are only interested in their millionaire lives and being respected. We Avengers do not do it, we are the ones who really break our backs, not like others in this complex. Wolverine. Stop fooling around and come on, put on your suits, we have a class to attend. All. Yes, Sensei. Wolverine. Narrator. In the second grade classroom everyone was sad, except for the girls Uraraka, Jiru, Momo, Sayamina and Toru, who blamed themselves for not having defended their classmate and having lost him, the only thing that kept the class from being dark, but out of nowhere the noise of a group of heroes aroused everyone's curiosity, and those were the Young Avengers. Scott. How are you comrades, up in spirit, not everything in this life is sadness, we have recognition, we know nothing about this place hahaha. Narrator. At that moment a teacher arrives and that is Wolverine and everyone stands up and says. All. Good morning sensei. Wolverine. Okay, you guys, I'll wait for you in the city area. Go ahead and change. Move or you'll be the first to take a turn around the complex. All. Yes, sensei. Narrator. In the city area field everyone had arrived a little late to see their new sensei, but when they saw Juggernaut propel himself with his legs falling almost close to everyone and they saw someone very familiar, but only for a few seconds. All. Izuku. Narrator. But then Juggernaut appeared with a pose almost similar to Izuku's that all his companions saw. Scott. Hey guys, how are you? We're warming up our muscles. Haha, why are you staring at me? Don't tell me that my height impresses you. Hahaha, I'm 3 meters tall, but I can grow to 4 if I get angry. Haha, it's not weird. Let's go, Wolverine sensei, he won't be very good. He couldn't bring his beloved cigars to Japan and he's angry. Let's go, let's get in line. Wolverine. Well, garbage, present yourself. I don't have all day. Damn you Japanese customs, my Cuban cigars. Narrator. Kamala sees him sad and says. Kamala. Ha, I can't see it like that. Taking a small cube out of its compartments. Take this, my father gave it to me for you Wolverine sensei. She pressed a button and it turned into a room. When Logan encouraged her, he saw a refrigerator with Canadian beer, some cigars and a television. Wolverine. Well, my luck has changed a lot, introduce yourselves and talk, I'll do some things and don't make me regret it, but first Ghost Avenger, do me a favor. Yes, she nodded and began to create flames in her hands, and Wolverine put a cigar lighting it. Oh yes, very good Cuban tobacco, see you later. He closed the door of the cubicle, and a can was heard opening, and on TV, the fights were heard. Ha, you can break his face. Ichako. It seems that her sensei is very good at waxing. Scott. Serious, you don't know how hard his life was. Okay Avengers, let's make teams, on one side there will be villains, and on the other the heroes. We've already done this many times in the SHIELD simulator. Ha, is it true? You haven't done it. Okay Kamala, do me a favor, you have the simulation room. Kamala. Yeah, wait, where did I put it? Ah, here it is. From another compartment she took out a rectangle and said something to Scarlet Witch. Hey Wanda, do me the honors friend. The Escarlata. With pleasure the buildings began to move, the rocks that seemed destroyed returned to normal, and the space was perfect. Well, there it is, I marked the center for you to put it correctly. Kamala. Thank you. She ran, placed the rectangle in the center and pressed the button, and Pietro took her out of the place while the building grew and became a large complex. Ready Scott, and thank you Pietro. Pietro. You're welcome, friend. Scott. Well, you're the first to be in the simulator, right? Guys. He saw the group with his mouth open. Ha, yes, I was impressed the first time I saw it. Come on, don't be afraid. This complex was made by Dr. X, head of the X-Men for Kitty, but he gave it to us for our training. Haha, don't worry. In this room, we could face almost real villains like Abomination, the Absorbing Man, and the Sinister Six. Second. The Sinister Six. The villains who almost destroyed New York. Flash. Yes, they almost wiped us out, but thanks to Juggernaut we're here. Pietro. Our friendship goes beyond. Scott is our brother, and thanks to him we are here. Peter. Thanks to our leader, our friendship is intertwined like the net I have on my chest, along with my sister and my companions, we are unstoppable, we are the Avengers. Narrator. Tua could not believe it, those young people had an unbreakable bond that they did not see when Izuku was there. They felt the same, but now it felt like they were seeing Izuku in that young colossus called Scott. The room opened and a huge complex was seen with a living room where everyone sat, and the girls went to sit next to Scott, who was nervous but held it in and said. Scott. Okay, present, take a seat. All. Thanks Aizu, sorry Scott. Writer. Just remove Izuku and Izawa. Ida. That's what we're called and I'm the group leader along with Momo. Scott. Tell me about your quirks each. Ichako, my quirk is gravity. Momo. Quirk creation with body lipids. Jiru. Quirk sound waves and plugs. Toru. Flash and invisibility quirk. Seiya. My frog quirk. Mina. My acid quirk. Ida. My quirk is motor. Hiroshima. My quirk is hardening. Koda. My animal control quirk. Basharao. My quirk is body modification, strength and speed. Rakido. Quirk is super strength sugar assimilation process. Yuga. My quirk is laser. Shoto. My quirk half fire half ice. Mizo. Super strength and heightened senses. Enki. I can create very large lightning bolts and discharges, but the bad thing is that it looked bad after that. Fumikage. My quirk is shadows and she can create defense for my enemies. Anta. My quirk tape. Minoru. My quirk is adhesive cluster. I can expel these little balls from my head and they stick wherever I want. Itsuki. Explosion and creation of nitroglycerin. Scott. We already introduced ourselves before, but you know our names as you know I am Scott Fury, the adopted son of Mr. Nick Fury. My quirk is super strength invulnerability, accelerated regeneration, superhuman speed, I can withstand high impact blows, and among other things yes I know I am a monster hahaha don't look at me like that. Narrator. The second graders were more than surprised by the number of abilities his quirk had, almost on par with Almight's but more powerful. My name is Eliza Blake alias Ghost Avenger, I can return to human form, and I am resistant to high impact blows, I control machines with chains, and my fire can burn without dispersing, so long as you never make me angry. My name is Flash Thompson alias Agent Venom. I created weapons and I can absorb them. I'm also fast and I can withstand high impact blows. Don't mess with my family and you'll get out alive. My name is Jennifer Walters alias She-Hulk, don't say anything about my skin, oh I'll kill you, seriously, I'll leave you in bad shape. My quirk is super strength and increased speed, plus I can regenerate from minor injuries. My name is Gwen Parker alias Spider-Gwen, my quirk is spider-like, don't mess with Scott, oh you'll pay dearly. My name is Kamala Khan aka Miss Marvel, my quirk is gigantism and nova energy, treat me well and one more thing, don't mess with me, I'm from the Bronx, they don't want a broken bone. My name is Kitty Pryde alias Shadowcat, my quirk is intangibility and short-term time regression, don't call me small, I have a strong character. My name is Laura Logan alias X23 taking out her claws and pointing at Scott look, that man already has an owner, so don't you dare flirt with him, idiots. My quirk is claws and accelerated regeneration. You've been warned. My name is Peter Parker alias Cyborg Spider-Man, my quirk is arachnid and nanomachines, I'm free girls. Our names are Wanda and Pietro Maximoff alias Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, we are siblings, and our quirk is matter manipulation, in my case super speed. I think some of you already know me, I'm Itsuka Kendo alias Medusa, nice to meet you guys from 2A, see you again. Scott, as you can see, we are a fairly balanced and powerful team, as you know, now Wolverine will be our sensei, but while our teacher Jarvis is on break, could you do us a favor and help Wolverine sensei? Jarvis. Of course, I'm downloading into my cybernetic body, young Scott. I'm ready. A metallic humanoid image came out of a vault in front of them and said I am at your service, young Scott. Scott. That's your new amazing cyber suit Jarvis, well we're in your hands. Jarvis. I downloaded all the UA training so I'll put them with new leaders. Mr. Iida will be the leader of the Young Avengers, and Mr. Scott will be the leader of Group 2A, without any further changes. J Avengers. Why I at Jarvis? 2A. How are you sure? Jarvis. If they have to work with different teams, let's start the Young Avengers with Iida, they will be the villains, and young Scott and those from 2A will be the heroes. Go, the simulation is in Tokyo, take your role. Narrator. Neither group could agree, but Scott told his group. Scott. I know that no one here will take me into account, but if we don't work as a team we won't achieve anything, do you agree with me? Fine, Momo can you make communicators for everyone? She nodded fine, Mizo, Kirishima, and Misera will be the tanks. I want you to support me. I know all the strengths of my companions, and they will go with everything. Jiru will be my ears, Uraraka, Seiya, Mina, Toru and Rakudo will be my support. I want you to be stealthy, stay away from X-23. She smells people at 19 meters and can find them. The others will be support except Shoto, Mineta, Kitsuki, Tokoyami and I. We will be the attack spear. Just don't go too far. Do you understand? Everyone? Yes Scott, he looks like Izuku looking at how he took out a notebook and wrote everything down and looked at his group, well he put that notebook away, even in that he is the same. Narrator. Hearing all of that, it seemed like he had known them for a long time. He knew their names, their abilities, and made them remember someone who would be honored in a few hours. It seemed like everyone was watching Izuku, who was planning everything, and Bakugo said something that made Scott freeze in his tracks. Itsuki. Ha, we already know, damn nerd. Ha, sorry Scott, you reminded me of someone, sorry Scott. Scott. Okay, let's start Avengers United, so much the better, plus Ultra. Narrator. On the other side of the coin, Iida and his group were disunited. Each one would attack the heroes as they wished. Iida was between a rock and a hard place. The group of 9 women would attack Scott and planned how to defeat him. Iida saw the others relax, well the heroes already had a plan, but Scott doubted the plan. He knew that he would be the one they were going to attack first, and he feared for his companions. The young Avengers were dangerous. Jarvis. Well, Tokyo simulation activated at that moment. The great room had buildings and the heroes were ready, they all dispersed, and Toru was the one spying on the 9 women who were going with everything. Gwen was scanning all the buildings and found one where the second were, oh that's what she thought, she went with speed and hit one, but when she saw them better they were mannequins, and Mineta stuck her to the concrete and saw that she had fallen into a trap. Oh that's what she made them believe. Gwen. Damn dwarf, I'll make you suffer when I get out of this. Mineta. Mineta. Here, one is one less, as you knew Scott, it will go there, well done, I'll go to the next position. Narrator. Jiru, Uraraka, Seiya, Momo, Mina, Toru and Rakudo had stopped Miss Marvel with a strong sound blow from Jiru. Momo created an amplifier and left my Marvel in very bad shape, causing her to fall to the ground defeated. Momo. Here Team 2 we are going to the next meeting point and it is true, how did you know they would attack us like this? Scott. I'll tell you later, be careful, they can steal the signal. I've moved with others to another building. Catch up with us, Momo, Mineta, you know what to do. Mineta. Momo. Yes Scott. Peter. It's no longer a secret, brother, here Cyber Spider-Man, you managed to put it. Gwen. Gwen. They fell into the trap while Scarlet Witch had everyone or almost everyone, now get me out of here. Narrator. Iida fell into another Mineta trap and he left, but unfortunately he fell into X-23's trap which cut his shirt and he was surprised. X-23. Ha, that's not true, you are. Narrator. Katsuki, Shoto and Tokoyami were tied up by Ghost Avenger, while in another place, Toru was defeated along with Masharao and Mezu, who could not withstand Quicksilver's speed elsewhere. She-Hulk, Agent Venom, Medusa, Shadowcat, Quicksilver, Ghost Avenger, Spider-Gwen and Cyborg Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch and X-23 had Mineta who was crying and tied up. Mineta. I'll tell you everything but don't tell the boys that I'm a woman, they're going to grape me until I say, ah, I won't tell you anything better. X-23. Look trash, I'm not beating around the bush, tell me where they are putting his adamantium claws on her face, and she screams in terror, ha, stop screaming. Medusa. Leave it to me, the dwarf will know that it is torture creating torture weapons with her hair, I'll make you sing, damn it. The Escarlata. Wait friend, we have a better way. Look trash, tell me everything using her powers. Mineta. They're in that building, damn it, why did I say that? She-Hulk. Well, we know where they are, it's time to attack them. The tank enters knocking on the door and Uraraka, Jiru, Momo, Seiya and Mina were seen hiding with Scott, who was going to advance toward She-Hulk when Cyber Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen suspend him and keep him tight and suspended with their webs. Well, the most dangerous one is outside. Scott. How did you do it? Girls back, it's time. Kirishima, Rakido now hit She-Hulk. They went all out, Kirishima and Rakido, but Rakido was thrown against the wall by a blow from She-Hulk. He fainted from the blow while Kirishima endured it, but his hardening was broken by the strong blow from the enormous woman. Kirishima continued, but the blow overwhelmed him, but when he was going to give up he heard something. Scott. Don't give up, I know you can, I know your strength is greater, I know you can endure, I know you are very powerful, Kirishima. Kirishima. Woman's voice, you know he's right, you can try it, Karina. Yes I will, harden it more Karina, achieve your goal. Red Riot Unbreak. Hulk. He is her with force. Katrina regained her confidence and hit She-Hulk's face, but she returned it, how is it possible she resisted it, but do you think you can withstand my power? Girl, take this. Demolition blows. Karina. I'll bear with it. Rider. From minute 029 to 054 instead of a ramp, put She-Hulk and Kirishima Fem, remove the gate crashers. Karina. I will never regret anything again, show that you are a heroine who protects her friends with her life. Hulk. She's resisting my blows, it's impossible. What are you doing, girl? She's not normal, I'm surprised that she can resist all my power, also how do I know she hid, and how is it that men didn't realize that 2 of their friends are women? Karina. Harden again, everything you break, don't give up, no more deception, no more hiding. He interested me, but now that he's dead, I can only tell you that I will be the heroine who can defend the world, the shield that couldn't defend you will protect the innocent, that you will never be able to defend Izuku. I'm not going to give up, you wouldn't have given up on me, either Izuku. I will resist, I will protect, and I will risk myself for everyone. But it was impossible. She-Hulk's blows undid her, hardening in part of her suit. The girl fell into the curtain of dust behind her, but she smiled. Suddenly Scott was heard and said, "Scott. Heroes are forged from experience, defeats, and an unbreakable spirit like yours, Kirishima. I'll give it my all in one fell swoop. Avengers assemble." Everyone. That's impossible, how did it happen? Behind Scott, the girls were holding knives that Momo had created, while Scott delivered the powerful blow that hit everything. Everything fell apart, stopping the Avengers, who fell unconscious from the pressure wave. Scott. "Ha, are you okay, Kirishi? Ha ha, it's it." He turned around, and Momo created a blanket with her quirk and covered her. "It's okay now, Momo." Momo. How did they not realize that Kirishima was a woman? I can't believe it, but she is more developed than me, she must be an F cup, not bigger. Jiru. Now I hate her. Jarvis. Tokyo simulation over, heroes win. 2A. We win, haha yes. Jarvis. Ultrons, please take the students to the infirmary. Ultrons. Immediately. Jarvis. The simulation is over. Take a shower and rest, young Scott. The healing program is in process. Oh yes, I got uniforms for Miss Mary, Minoru and Karina Kirishima. Miss Momo, Jiru, Toru, Uraraka, Mina, Sai. Please dress them. I can't do it. I'll record everything, so you will do it, young Scott. The tribute to Izuku-san will be in 4 hours. You will take your classes here at the complex. Oh, in the UA building. Scott. Here Jarvis, we'll take them to the Avengers complex an hour later in the women's healing room. The girls were very confused that 2 of their companions were women. They had already dressed them, and now they were just waiting for them to wake up. The first to do so was Kirishima, who woke up suddenly. Karina. Scott has where we are. Scott. In the healing room your wounds were nothing to be afraid of, so you were healed here, and I didn't know you were a woman, so you hid it with her. Karina. Mary, damn gal, how did you end up here? Mary. For her, pointing at X-23, I cut off my shirt and my bandages, and I had no choice but to appear as what I am. Ha, Karina, tell them the truth. Are you a cup of foe? No, or I'll have to check it out myself. Karina. Don't you dare, you damn pervert. Scott. Well, it's time to go, he needs his tribute. Everyone stares at him, and he leaves the place. It's cruel, but they deserve it. Narrator. In the school gym everyone was sad. Everyone saw the urn with the Avengers symbol and Nefu said. Nefu. As you know, it's a dark day. Since yesterday's news of the death of young Izuku affected us all. He defended a person without being a hero. He helped a young man who is among us. I know it's sad, young Scott. Please come in and say a few words. Scott. Yes, the tall young man with golden hair and blue eyes looked at 2 groups crying. Young Izuku, my friend, for a short time taught me that a hero is everywhere, no matter what or where it is, no matter risking your life for those who need it. My friend died defending my life, now I will defend his ideals and his teachings, no matter if I have to do the same, than giving my life for my friends and brothers. I know that this is something that everyone must face, death. Our comrade Izuku would have wanted us to be stronger before his departure. I know that is impossible, but make an effort. When we fight, remember a word that I found in his book, and it says this: you can become a hero. That's why I will go. Let's help those who need help. We must do what our instincts tell us to do and go beyond being just a hero. Narrator. Everyone froze upon hearing that. He had written everything in his diaries, and he kept them as a lesson about his strength and how he grew as a hero. Everyone felt that now those words had a great weight, especially for a man called Almight, who cried in a corner upon hearing that phrase. He thought. Almight. I failed you, Izuku Sonen. Narrator. A few hours later, Izuku's urn is seen being placed in a coffin where Scott carries it to the Pantheon, where he will finally rest in peace. The flowers and tears of the women who loved him fell on the grave. Scott alone left with his group, while Nezu, All Might, Midnight and other heroes saw how the earth covered him, and All Might said. Might. I failed you, but now I swear before you that what happened to you, Izuku, will never happen again. Nezu. I know I can't bring you back to life, young Izuku, but your family and the heroes will know that you were and will be the hero who risked his life for others. The greatest hero that exists rests in this grave. Midnight. I swear that I will never raise my hand against another innocent person unless I first know their past and if they are guilty, and forgive us, Izuku. Narrator. A few meters away from them, a Spidergwin drone saw everything and she said. Spidergwin. Hypocrites. Narrator. In one, everyone or almost everyone went to their bedrooms except for Momo, Tsuyu, Mina, Toru, Jiru, Karina, Echako and Mary, who were looking at an image of Izuku smiling on the screen of Momo's computer. They were only admiring their now comrade and lost love, but in the courtyard something interrupts them. It was Scott with a punching bag in front of Momo's room. Narrator. Scott hits the punching bag hard and remembers how his companions abandoned him, how he saw how Shigaraki wanted his body for evil, and how he overcame that, how he fought against the Sinister Six, how he met his friends, and a memory came to him. You will never be a hero. Narrator. In frustration he hit the bag hard and it fell apart. He took another one and put it on a hook. At that moment, a noise was heard and Scott pressed his chest and his armor appeared, but when he saw who it was, he calmed down. Scott. What do they want? Deactivating his armor and continued hitting his new bag. Ball. You can't sleep, Scott. Scott. I haven't rested enough, I need to get stronger, so what happened to Izuku doesn't happen again. Destroying another punching bag and tell me, you who knew him well as he was, I only know about his diaries, his abilities, likes, dislikes and his way of being in addition to a small description, and I say I wasn't lying, they are beautiful. What doesn't add up to me are them pointing at Karina and Mary, one is the same as I said, strong and determined, but the other is very hard to believe. Miri. The hard thing to believe is that you're not having sex with a woman, daddy. Karina. Shut up, hitting her head and embedding it in the ground. Sorry, it's very perverted. Scott. Yes, I noticed. Sai. Tell us, Scott, why are you here instead of being in one of the complexes they have? Scott. We are avoiding using them. Kamala uses a lot of blood to be able to make the pin cells and make things big and small, that's why she gave me this. It's a place where I train, and here I don't make as much noise as in our complex. The walls are very thin. Well, enough of my training. I'm going to sleep. I'll accompany them inside. It's very cold here. Narrator. They were very blushing with Scott's attention, but something made them believe that it was Izuku. His way of being and his smile would make them doubt if Scott was Izuku or not, and she watched as Scott left and everyone went to sleep. Elsewhere in a bar, a group of villains were plotting something very terrible. That was Tamura, the head of the League of Villains, who had been away since Izuku disappeared because the heroes searched for them for a long time. Now they were gathered and ready for another attack on the UA. Tamura. Now we are here to attack the pathetic heroes again, this time Almight, you will not see the light of day, my master will kill you, hahaha, hahaha, it is not like that, sensei. He saw a man full of tubes holding a woman with green hair and a wedding dress. Afo. Almight, you made a mistake, now that mistake is my trump card, your student is my wife now, hahaha, my little butterfly, you are tied to me, and you will be my black widow, you will kill Almight, my little Izumi. Izumi. Yes, father, I will do whatever you say. At that moment, her suit turned black with red edges. I am your death nurse, and you are my husband. To be continued. Narrator. When Seiya was going to sleep, she saw something in the entrance, a small notebook that said Scott, and when she opened it, she cried and said. Seiya. Because Izuku, why fool us? This time we won't let you go. We will give you what we could never give you a year ago. A raid on the school, copy P1. In the previous chapter. Seiya. Tell us, Scott, why you are here instead of being in one of the complexes they have. Scott. We are avoiding using them, it uses a lot of blood, Kamala, to be able to make the cells pin, make things big and small, that's why she gave me this, it's a place where I train, also here I don't make as much noise as in our complex, the walls are very thin. Well, enough of my training, I'll go to sleep, I'll accompany you inside, it's very cold here, and I'll go to my complex to rest, don't you believe it? He smiled and looked at them sweetly. Narrator. They were very blushing with Scott's attention, but something made them believe it was Izuku. His way of being and his smile would make them doubt if Scott was Izuku or not, and they watched as Scott left, but he took something out of his shirt and dropped something that everyone didn't notice that fell in the room. They went to sleep. Elsewhere in a bar, a group of villains were plotting something very terrible. That was Tamura, the head of the League of Villains, who had been away since Izuku disappeared because the heroes searched for them for a long time. Now they were gathered and ready for another attack on the UA. Tamura. Now we are here to attack the pathetic heroes again, this time Almight, you will not see the light of day, my master will kill you, hahaha, it is not like that, sensei. He saw a man full of tubes holding a woman with green hair and a wedding dress. Afo. Almight, you made a big mistake, now that mistake is my trump card, your student is now my wife, haha, my little butterfly, you are tied to me, and you will be my black widow, you will kill Almight, my little Izumi. Izumi. Yes, dear, I will do whatever you say. At that moment, her suit turned black with red edges. I am your death nurse and you are my husband, and I am at your service. Narrator. Elsewhere, when Seiya went down for a glass of water to go to sleep, she sees something in the living room where Scott accompanied them. On the floor, there is a small notebook that says Scott, and when she opens it and starts to read it, she starts to cry and says. Seiya. Because Izuku, why deceive us? But now that I have this new opportunity, I'm not going to let you go. I'll give you what I could never express to you in life, and this time I'll give you what I didn't give you a year ago. In the current chapter. Narrator. The next morning Scott was desperate, his notebook was gone and finding it was a priority. He followed his steps from the previous night but found nothing. But when he was about to give up, cold hands shook his chest. Those were Tsai's, and she said in a seductive tone. Tsai. Scott-kun, oh, I should say. She approached his ear and said, Izuku Midoriya, don't be surprised, I know everything, but if you want this not to be known, I'll wait for you in my room tonight. Oh, don't look in my room, I have it very safe and in a place where it is impossible for them to read or touch it. I'll see you later at 9 without fail. Understood Izuku. See you Scott-kun in class. Scott. I'm dead now, what do I do? She has me like a frog for breakfast. What am I going to do? Well, first go to classes, second thing I don't know what to think, but I'll figure it out during the day. Narrator. Scott wondered what would happen to Tsai now that she knew he was Izuku. This distressed him. He knew this wasn't going to be pretty. One of his classmates who cried for him had found out he was alive and now had an alias, Scott Fury. Classes passed quickly and it was getting closer to the time to go with her, but he received a message from Tsai on his phone that said. Tsai message. Izuku changed my mind, I'll see you at the Royal Steam Hotel in 30 minutes, don't be late, or I have room number 200, I'll wait for you. Narrator. Izuku arrived at the hotel, which was very luxurious, and when he passed through the doors the place seemed to be for people who were rich. Receptionist. You're Scott Fury. Scott just nodded. Ah, how good, we were waiting for you. The presidential suite is ready. Your partner is waiting for you. Take the elevator to the top floor. It is only for that room. Take your key, it is a card. Slide it and the door will open. Scott. Thanks, what is Tsai planning? This place is very expensive and the presidential suite is crazy, she will have the money to pay for this, I doubt it. He took the elevator. After a long wait arrived at a somewhat long corridor, opened the door, and on the sofa was Tsai waiting, and when she saw him, she smiled at seeing him. Tsai, seriously, this is a 5-star hotel. Momo could afford these luxuries, but you. Tsai. Izuku, I haven't told you my full name, right? Izuku. What do you mean? Tsai-san. Tsai. My name is Tsuyu Asui Steam. Izuku. Wait, that last name is like the hotel's, do you mean this hotel belongs to your family? Tsai. Yes, my father is a great writer and very famous for his Icha novels, which are for adults and are very famous. My mother owns the Steam hotel chain in Dubai. Don't worry about the money, I have plenty of it, that's why I can afford these luxuries. Izuku. You're rich, and tell me one thing, why do you want to be a heroine if you're rich? Tsai. I was looking for a good, fair, powerful man, and you fit the bill, but after your supposed death I was deeply affected. I bought all your things and transported your entire room to my private room, where I keep it a secret to this day, that I bought the suite where from now on will be our nest. Oh, for me, a pond of love. It has everything from a jacuzzi and even a double bed, where you will conceive your children, and everything will be a secret. My father agrees, and my mother is so busy that she doesn't care if I have a loving boyfriend. Oh yes, I am addicted to a man. She doesn't care now. Speaking of this, she jumped on him and said, Izuku Midoriya, I want to have children with you as soon as possible and if necessary. Izuku. No, wait, but she showed her superior smile. Ho, I think I'm not going to like this. Tsai. Yes, I have many copies of your notebook and I will send them. If you don't obey, I will send them to all of Japan. I swear, Izuku. If you say no, I will send all this information to all the television stations and they will say that you are a failure. But if you do what I say, I will give you your notebook and eventually the copies of all the deals. Narrator. Izuku had noticed that Tsuyu had changed from a sweet little frog to an ambitious and possessive woman, but he couldn't do anything. Tsuyu had won and he let himself fall. Izuku. I'm yours, I surrender, Tsuyu, but he felt her lips and quickly backed away. What was that? Tsuyu. Hey Scott-kun, how about we go to the room now and do big things? Seductively and flirtatiously winks her right eye and takes him by the wrist. Come on. Scott. What have I gotten myself into? Sighs and moves, then takes her hand. Well, but don't you think we're young? We haven't even graduated from hero school yet. Tsuyu sent sighs. Tsuyu. Call me Tsuyu-chan or Tsu-chan and leave that formality, darling. Pulls her hand on the way to the bedroom. I want a memorable night, just you and me. She surrounds him with her arms, putting him in her breasts, and Scott blushes because he is crouching down to be at her height. Scott. Don't do that, blushing. Tsuyu. We're going to enjoy it. Narrator. Tsuyu undresses, goes with her naked partner and throws her onto the bed, who watched her with great ecstasy. She looked at the member and swallowed its tip with force while her tongue wrapped around its entire member and began to run over the entire tip. While doing that, he writhes with pleasure. Tsuyu made sure that he didn't come by opening her mouth in moments when he wanted to come in her mouth slowly. Izuku began to see the torture of preventing him from coming because it prevented him from expelling his seed. Her tongue tortured the member and she swallowed the entire member on several occasions, making her feel the greatest pleasure she had ever experienced. As the minutes and hours passed, her efforts to cum in her mouth were null. At that moment, she became careless and he took her head, causing her to swallow his seed. He pushed his member to the back of her throat, releasing his grip. She breathed heavily and looked at Izuku with a smile. Seiya. You are very possessive with what you want. Look at me, I am so full of your seed that my stomach is full. But I really love that you did it, it turns me on too much. Now I want you to continue with my intimacy, come on. Moving, and showing her huge ass jumping on the wall, where the Colossus looked at her small excited body, he couldn't think straight and put his member at the entrance of her intimacy. It's on a silver tray, come on, come for it. Izuku. Yes, and I'm going to enjoy it like you can't imagine. He went straight to her intimacy, still with his henna erect, and impaled her inside. He looked at how she was arching her back and it began hitting her inside hard, but she didn't think that his member was 20 centimeters. Her body was engulfed by the ecstasy of being impaled. He came several times inside her, making her overwhelmed by her own euphoria. Her body wanted him to cum in her uterus. The member passed easily her cervix without problem. She writhed with pleasure while Izuku was still hard on Seiya, who saw that Izuku had stopped, but she impaled herself, hitting the base of the member hard. After her lover came for the last time, he went to bed. He lay down and fell silent, exhausted. He saw that it was already morning and she with the task smiling and put her hands on Izuku's chest and he saw her with terror. Izuku. Seiya-san, we have to rest, don't you think so? Besides, it's already daytime and who knows what time it is. At that moment, he saw how she quickly tied him to the bed and looked at him with lust. Oh, damn. Seiya. What's wrong, my dear Izuku, you don't like how I treat you? Izuku. Wait, Seiya. He saw how her feet played with his libido and put him in position so that she could impale herself again, strongly lowering her hips, making him moan with pleasure as he felt his member hit her uterus slowly. She lowered and raised her hips with force, making him say, go more slow light, Seiya-san. Seiya. If that screams my name, if that do it, Izuku, say my name, tell me who is your mistress, tell me. Izuku was tortured mercilessly until he came and she ran her hands over her breasts, making them bounce. Then she put her hands on Izuku's chest and she went for his lips and kissed them mercilessly until they separated for air and she said. Seiya. Now tell me who is the best, tell me, Izuku. Izuku. Haha, you are Tsuyu-san. Seiya. It's what I wanted is cubic Izuku, continue until you fill my interior and leave me pregnant. Yes, I loved it. She fell on top of the young man and slept peacefully on his chest. He looked at the ceiling and said. Izuku. She is a bomb and I must make her lust go down. She is very, very resistant, insatiable. He hugged Seiya and he looked at the time. It was 5:45 am and there was only 1 hour and 15 minutes left to enter UA. He put on her cleaned Seiya uniform that a maid gave her the change and cleaned her body, put her on the couch, changed her outfit with an animations of her suit, looking like UA's uniform. Seiya Izuku Tamo. Scott. Sleep, little frog. He wrapped her in a sheet and left the hotel where a limousine took them to. He thought of an excuse and something occurred to him. He went to the infirmary where he put her in a bed where he told Recovery Girl what had happened. Miss Recovery Girl. Seiya fainted when she arrived at the living room. Recovery Girl. Seiya hadn't been by in a long time, but I'll check on her. Come back to class. Scott, and thank you. I don't know why you look like Izuku, your good heart and your way of laughing. You're the same, only you're a little older. Well, tell Izawa that his student is in the infirmary due to exhaustion. It's over now, but she'll be fine. Scott. Are you okay? What do you mean it's over? Tell me. Recovery Girl. Yes, you weren't there when that happened. She cried a lot and came to see me. She told me that without Izuku she couldn't live. Scott. I'll tell you something, as a doctor, don't abandon her, she could be suicidal, so take care of her outside my jurisdiction. Yes, Scott, and thank you very much for bringing her. Go to classes. What's wrong with you? I see you're worried. Scott. Yes, and it's nothing, I just didn't sleep well. Don't worry, Recovery Girl-san, I will protect her with my life. I'm leaving. What is this feeling? I felt that something very evil was going to happen, but I don't know. Narrator. Gwen saw Scott nervous and was worried. Her group saw Scott differently and Gwen sent her brother Pider, who went to talk to him. Pider, are you okay, Scott? Scott. Yes, I only think about one thing, and all this time the League of Villains has not attacked and that puts me in a defensive position. I don't know why, I have a feeling that something is going to happen. Call everyone, Peter, even 2A and 2B. Narrator. In class 2 all the young Avengers were gathered and groups 2A and 2B saw Scott very nervous but at the same time with a worried face that his closest friends had rarely seen according to them. Scott. I know I'm nobody to say this, but I don't think the League of Villains is going to attack us. I don't know when, but I know that all of you are heroes of the future and you'll be able to help when something bad happens. Kamala. Give them the communicators. I know that one day they'll need them. Kamala. I know that none of us know us well, but if we have a threat we will fight together like heroes. Take them and take them anywhere. Don't leave them alone. I understand. Everyone nodded good. Narrator. Everyone knew that even though Scott was the most powerful in Class 2A, he looked a little scared. They didn't know it, but they didn't like something about that expression. Narrator. At that moment the gate of Ooal is destroyed and an explosion of blue flames destroys the entrance and multiple Nomus are seen with a league of villains and a woman with them who is on top of a Nomu. Shigaraki. So it was easy to get in with your help, Master Izumi. Thanks to you, the alarms didn't go off. How easy it was to get into UA. But now, what are your orders? Izumi. It's easy my dear Tamura, let's kill everyone, my husband wants it that way. Hearing the screams of people asking for help excites me, hahaha, come on, go and kill everyone. Narrator. At that moment All Might arrives and sees the group. He is surprised to see a girl who looks very similar to Izuku and that dismays him. All Might. Who are you woman and you are Tamura, damn, this time we will teach you villain. Izumi. Hahaha, but look who we have here, All Might, miserable trash, my husband all for one sends you this, I mean I'm the copy of Izuku Midoriya, better called Izumi, oh black nurse, what's up All Might, you didn't miss me here, I am, ah yes, how would you call me Izumi Shonen. All Might. That's not true, no. All for one, damn it, I'll stop you even if it's the last thing I do. To be continued. Narrator. At the door were all the students from 2 and 2B along with the young Avengers and they saw a woman with green hair and Mineta said. Minata. That's Izuku. Scott. That's not true. 2A. That person riding on the Nomu looks like Izuku. 2B. Those damn League of Villains guys will regret doing that. Izumi. Hahaha, surprised, hahaha, I've had enough fun, League of Villains kill everyone so that none are left alive, oh yes, something else, make everyone scream in pain and agony, I want to hear their screams before I die. Let the game begin, heroes. Raid. The fall of a great villain P2. In the previous chapter. All Might. Who are you woman and you are Tamura, damn, this time we will teach you villain. Izumi. Hahaha, but look who we have here, All Might, miserable trash, my husband all for one sends you this, I mean I'm the copy of Izuku Midoriya, better called Izumi, oh black nurse, what's up All Might, you didn't miss me here, I am, ah yes, how would you call me Izumi Shonen. All Might. That's not true, no. All for one, damn it, I'll stop you even if it's the last thing I do. Narrator. At the door were all the villains and in front of them the students of 2 and 2B along with the young Avengers and they saw a woman with green hair and Mineta said. Mineta. That's Izuku. Scott. That's not true. 2A. That person riding on the Nomu looks like Izuku. 2B. Those damn League of Villains guys will regret doing that. Izumi. Hahaha, surprised, hahaha, I've had enough fun, League of Villains kill everyone so that none are left alive, oh yes, something else, make everyone scream in pain and agony, I want to hear their screams before I die, let the game begin, heroes. In the current chapter. Scott. Avengers assemble, this is the final battle, don't give up, you understand. Izumi. Kill them, League of Villains. All Might. Scott, leave me the Nomus, understood, go for it, the others fight until the end. 1A 1B. Yes, go ahead. Tamura. This will be fun, kill them all. Narrator. At that moment All Might sees the Nomus and hits the Nomus hard and they fly away but is stopped by one. While the other heroes fight against the villains, Muscular goes for Scott but Ghost Avenger ties him up with his chains and begins to burn his body. Dobby is about to fight Iowa when Scarlet Witch sees them head on and hits her with his flames, but she doesn't like something when she sees that they are encapsulated and go out. Dobby. What was that? Be Scarlet. That's called power, at that moment he lifts Dobby and slams him against the building. Narrator. While the other Avengers and the students along with the heroes fight and Scott hits one or another Nomu and arrives with Izumi who takes out a gun and a knife, but when shooting the bullets bounce off her body and when she is going to stab him this is destroyed and she watches in horror as he hits her and this makes her crash into a pillar. Toga tries to do the same, but Scott hits her and falls unconscious. On the other hand, All Might hits many Nomus along with Agent Venom and She-Hulk, but hundreds of Nomus go for them, but out of nowhere, they are hit by Quicksilver at her side Miss Marvel, who becomes giant and crushes everyone while in the air Spider-Gwen and Cyborg Spider-Man attack with their webs to these and the villains the battle is pitched, but out of nowhere from hundreds of portals, more Nomus come out and a man with a tube mask is seen. Tamura is very badly injured because She-Hulk crashed him into a car and broke his spine, and All for One sees how Izumi and Toga are fainted. Scott goes against him, but sees that behind him, there are hundreds of Nomus and he said. Foe. Attack them but don't kill them, I want them to suffer, hahaha. Presetmic, Cements and other heroes were badly damaged, along with All Might and Scott who was sunk into the ground by hundreds of those monsters, and from one moment to another the heroes see how those of classes 2A and 2B are swept away by those monsters and the young Avengers retreat so as not to lose more ground, while Mt. Lady and Midnight are fighting alongside Eraserhead, Power Loader and others, while elsewhere Snipe and Kamui Wads are attacked and killed by Muscular, who broke free from his ties that Ghost Avenger had put on him, while Scott sees how his friends are in danger, but his hitty falls, and he looks up and sees his companions X-23 and Katie, along with the others are diminished, and at that moment, Scott hears someone in his mind, and it is the same one from a year ago who tells him. Your companions will die if you don't accept all my power, they will die. Izuku Midoriya accepted, you have no choice, let's go. Izuku. They are all I have. At that moment he sees Seiya moving between the villains and Nomus, and she extends her hand. Seiya. Leave him alone, damn monsters. Scott ha. At that moment she is hit and falls to the ground. Stay here little frog, you are not invited to the party. At that moment she hits her with a piece of metal and is knocked down again while she extends her hand but falls unconscious. Mr. All for One was neutralized. Afo. Well done Polaris, a good decision to have joined the villains. Polaris. Thank you my lord. Scott. Seiya knew you All for One. At that moment red rays came out of his body. At that moment a red flash falls from the sky and you see a very different Scott. His eyes are red and he forcefully frees himself from his enemies. All for One, damn, you will pay for the people you have killed and harmed. Standing up and looking at him with hatred. Sidorak. If that releases your hatred, if that is Izuku Midoriya. Polaris. Damn idiot dies. Thousands of metal fragments rose up and turned into metal spikes. He dies, but when he touched it, they shattered. How is it impossible? Scott. Get out of my way. Bitch, hitting hard and it went through several walls until it was badly damaged. You're All for One and quickly hits All for One hard. The villains and the Nomus step back from the pressure of the blow. The heroes and their companions see how this transformed into something terrible. His hatred made him unstoppable. The two of them crashed their fists without mercy. Damn. Afo. Who are you? I've never faced anything like you, not even in World War II. Putting up a shield that broke and hit this guy in the face. How do you do it? Narrator. The two hit each other hard and All for One could no longer keep up. The blows hit the villain full on. Almight only saw how Scott moved faster and regenerated from the great damage he received from the villain, but he was diminished by Scott, who with superhuman speed hit All for One hard, who spat blood. He saw how Scott's damage was minimal to him. Something inside him knew that he was much more powerful than him, and fear consumed him. The power of the blows was greater and he became careless. Afo. I have to steal his quirk, it's very powerful, he's going to kill me if I don't take it away from him, but when he goes to touch it, Izuku breaks his arms. Aha. Scott. I will never allow you to hurt anyone again, I will never allow it to happen again. All for One with his head hits his chest, breaking his ribs, and he screams in pain. He knocks him down and he can't get up. Come on monster, get up, I'll finish you off, dog. But at that moment he hears a scream from Medusa. Medusa. Scott, you're not like that. React. I don't want to see you like that. Listen to me, Scott. Narrator. At that moment, Sidorak's power fades and he turns to look at her and reacts by staggering. Sidorak. No, love is impossible, that damned love, but next time I'll bring you to the dark side, Izuku Midoriya, I swear. Scott. Itsuka, what was I doing there? Note Seiya, this one runs, whereas this one picks her up, and from one moment to another all the heroes, students disappear. They all appear in another place far from the battle. At that moment they turn around looking at Scott, while he looks over his shoulder and says to everyone, now it's my responsibility, not them, and I'm going to risk them again. We have lost a lot today, I will never let it happen again, not while the Avengers live. While in front of him are the thousands of Nomus. This one walks towards them while their eyes return to normal. My name is Scott Fury, leader of the Young Avengers, and I will defend them. I know I was about to kill that villain. Rest, I will take care of everything. Seeing the Nomus already All for One restoring itself at that moment, Muscular appears covered in blood and throws the hat and a piece of wood. That's it. Muscular. If I killed your teachers, hahaha, now you follow your garbage. Die and tries to hit Scott, but he dodges it. How is it possible? You damn, don't run away. Scott. I'm tired of you, you will pay for your crimes. Very confident, Muscular puts up his muscle shield, but from one moment to the next, he sees that Scott's power is at another level, and with a single blow he destroys his arms, sinking his skull into the ground, and he is defeated with great ease in the muscular crater. He loses consciousness from the pain. No more villains, just you and I, let's go. All for One, try to stop the unstoppable hero, Juggernaut. Afo. Damn hero, I expected more. Muscular, but what can you do? Wait, you're not impossible, you disappeared a year ago, hahaha, because I didn't realize before, but your change is surprising, hahaha. One of the quirks I stole is from that cat girl. It gives me the ability to know who you are just by looking at you. Now I know everything about you. You are Izuku Midoriya, you are alive. Almight, all he is Izuku looking at him in amazement. 1A 1B. It can't be then what we buried wasn't Izuku looking at him in surprise. Scott. Yes it was my feelings, my kindness and my love, and me too, everything is inside that urn, but the hero is here, I am Scott Fury, I am Juggernaut, the new Avenger, come here, all for one, I will show you who is an Avenger. The Avengers. And he is not alone, we are a team, we are Scott's power, we are his friends, we are the Avengers. At that moment everyone stands by his side and Scott looks at them in amazement. S Hulk. We are his strength. W Panther, we are his claws. Quicksilver. We are your speed. The Escarlata. We are your magic. A Venom. We are his weapons. G Avenger. We are the chains that defend them. Spider-Gwen. We are your technology. C Spider-Man. We are his web. X-23. We are his new love. M Marvel, we are your friends. S Cat Medusa, and we are the Avengers. Scott. Friends, thanks, smiling at them. Okay, let's get to work, ready Avengers. They all got into position. Seiya. You won't be alone anymore, Izuku, I'll support you. Scott. Seiya, thanks, get ready. Afo. Wow, how sentimental. Do you think you alone can beat me? At that moment, you see how he slowly regenerates. Even so, you defeated my mental control of several of my pieces, but still not All Might nor any hero here will not beat me. The real threat is them. At that moment a shield hits him full in the face and he falls a few meters back from the blow and he smiles and gets up. It's them. The Avengers come out of a Quinjet and stand in front of All for One. Scott. That's Captain America and the Avengers heard my call. See America. Of course kid, that doesn't mean you're an Avenger. Well, we have an enemy, All for One. Long time no see since World War II, or should I say a Red Skull. Afo. I see you haven't changed at all, Steve Rogers. You're like a stone in my shoe, bothering me since I dropped you with the Tesseract on that glacier 70 years ago. But what do we have here, the Avengers? Iron Man. Look, Red Skull, take off that mask, show yourself old. Hulk. This will be your end if you don't give up, we will take more drastic measures, Kalaka. See Marvel, give up Red Skull and I won't have to hit you much. Red Skull. It's true, humans and heroes don't understand my thoughts, they're just idiots. At that moment, he takes off his skin, and a monstrous-looking man is seen. Look at the perfection, I'm Red Skull. Your brats did very well, but I'm still standing. I have in my power the best soldiers the Nomus created to stop the most powerful heroes on the planet. The Avengers don't understand, I am the master of this world. I am Hydra, not even you can stop me. What's going on? From magic portals come out Doctor Strange, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Ant-Man, and Nick Fury with Magneto, Thor and Spider-Man and other heroes, but behind All for One from a pile of Nomus bodies, comes out Wolverine. Wolverine. They're late, I missed something, he's here, it was about time, little group of wonders, who's the red one? Scott Sensei, that is Red Skull. Wolverine. Wonderful relic, it's time to return it to its sarcophagus, taking out his claws, and I'm going to enjoy it. Narrator. At that moment other groups of young people say. A1. You'll have to explain this to us, Scott, after you defeat that villain. B1. It's the same we say. Scott. Yes, for now our only enemy is Red Skull. Might you'll have a lot of explaining to do. Izuku Shonen. Captain America. Okay, this is the plan, kill the Nomus, we'll take care of the Red Skull. Avengers assemble. Attack. Scott, you and your group already know what to do. Scott. Yes, Cap, you know what to do as a team, Hiya. The Avengers. Yes. Narrator. The two groups began to fight, Captain with their shields, Iron Man with his armor, along with his young Avengers, and all the heroes in classes 1A, 1B and Hulk. Captain Marvel with her energy power, Hawkeye and Black Widow, coordinate very well with her enormous spider legs and electric discharges, along with the speed of Hawkeye that she created with her quirk, arrows of any kind, and her telescopic side aimed with precision. When Miss Marvel and C. Marvel saw that the Nomus were upon them, H-Ant became giant with his ants, who stopped them, and he said. H-Ant. You're well loved. M. Marvel. C. Marvel. Yes, thank you, Dad, yes dear. Behind you. At that moment she fires her energy and hits a Nomu directly, while her daughter hits several of them and knocks them off her father. M. Marvel. The family reunited as a team again. C. Marvel. You must tell us who the young man is that your diary says hitting the villains. M. Marvel. Mom, you read my diary angry. H-Ant. I told her not to do it, but you know how your mother is downstairs. They did it and 2 Nomus were hit. We have to discuss this as a family later. For now let's fight. Narrator. Elsewhere, Hulk and his daughter were having trouble with hundreds of Nomus when a woman with black hair and red skin incinerates the enemies, and they say. S. Hulk. Mom. Hulk. Dear. She read Hulk. We have more problems and I told you to wait for me, Hulk, but now as a family we will do this, understood? Hulk. That's what I like about my girls, haha. Hulk smashed this one, hit a car and split it in half. Let's start, haha. Srulk. S. Hulk. If as you say, let's start, haha. Narrator. The 3 of them destroyed the enemies, leaving them in bad shape while they ran as a family. On the other side, two young arachnids fought and were outnumbered, but out of nowhere, a man in metal armor and a Spider-Woman helped them and the two young people said. See Spider-Man Spider-Gwen. Dads. Iron Man. They should have called us, your mother and I were very worried. Firing missiles and annihilating hundreds of Nomus. Spider-Woman. Calm down honey, you know this would be unexpected. She turns around and smashes a Nomu against the ground with her electrified fists in her hands. Our children are very different from us, so the arachnid mechanical family will spring into action. Everyone. Yes, boss. Narrator. Iron Man fires his repulsors, Spider-Gwen hits and electrocutes several, while Cyborg Spider-Man's mechanical legs destroy the Nomus, protecting his parents and sister, while his mother electrocuted and put the Nomus in web cocoons. Spider-Woman. Okay family, let's continue. All? Yes. Narrator. While on the other side, Ghost Avenger kept the Nomus at bay with her chains, but she gets careless when they are going to grab her, a black car rams into the Nomus. G Avenger. Dad. Ghost Rider. Nobody touches my princess out of nowhere chains wrap around the Nomus and they are destroyed daughter, are you okay? G Avenger. Yes, Dad, I don't back down. He looks at a Nomu and is about to touch it, but it burns before his eyes, turning to ashes. Ghost Rider G Avenger my Phoenix mom. Phoenix. How nice to find you, let's go, Infernal Avenger family united. Narrator. The flames of Phoenix and the chains of father and daughter eliminate everything in their path leaving them free, while they saw how Nomus continued to emerge from the portals, while on the other side, a woman with filthy hands and feet cuts the Nomus, but out of nowhere, she is hit by one of them and crashed into a wall, while hundreds of Nomus corner her. X-23. Damn, I was careless, but I'm not going to be scared, come, I'm waiting for you, but a scream makes them turn around and see a man with claws in his hands, and he cut several people and stands next to her. Wolverine. No one will touch my puppy ha. X-23. Fine, Dad, you and I, as always. Wolverine. I wish your mother was here at that moment a big bus crushes the Nomus, and a woman is flying and slowly descends towards them yes cutie you are here Rouge. X-23. Mom, you're back. Rouge. Okay family, let's talk about this later. If the Avengers need any help, we'll be ready. X-23 Wolverine. Well let the games begin. Narrator. Rouge hit several of the Nomus, while father and daughter cut everyone else, while elsewhere two young people, one super fast and a woman with red powers, are outnumbered by the Nomus, but the two were slowly cornered by that large number of enemies. Quicksilver. There are many of them, sister, and everyone is busy, and there is no one to support us. The Escarlata. I know brother, there are too many at that moment the two are caught, but out of nowhere hundreds of metallic spheres hit the Nomus hard, while a Spider-Woman with electricity destroys the Nomus and takes the enemies off her odd ad, Mom are you? Quicksilver. That's them. Magneto. We have more enemies for now, ready, dear Widow. The Widow. Yes, but just tell me Natasha piercing the enemies with her spider legs, let's talk about the family later, let's attack these things. All. Yes all attack without mercy, eliminating the thousands of Nomus that approach them. Narrator. In another part of the battle, a young man with weapons and a dark suit with a spider on his chest was fighting with Nomus, but suddenly he ran out of bullets and ammunition. A Venom. Curse, several Nomus hit him and he doesn't see how to get out, but out of nowhere thousands of squirrels attack the Nomus, and you protect a Venom wait, I know that squirrel monkey Joe it's not true, and mom tell me he didn't come at that moment, a squirrel woman hits a Nomu and hugs, kisses the son of Venom, and it's not true mom. See Ardilla. Are you okay son? Your father and I were very worried about you. A Venom. Yes, mom, tell me my father isn't here. Narrator. At that moment, Venom appears and eats several Nomus. Venom. I told you our boy is fine, my dear. See Squirrel. Yes, I believe you, he's not like you, wild, well, Team Symbiote and Squirrel, let the fun begin Venom screams and terrifies everyone, while thousands of squirrels are next to her, and her son creates blades, Avengers attack. Narrator. The squirrels scatter and attack the enemies, while Venom and his son cut everyone in half. Elsewhere, White Tiger is fighting with his vibranium suit and from his body, he expels energy beams, but he is taken by a foot by an electricity Nomu and is crashed into a wall. When she is surrounded, a beam disperses and leaves the Nomus in bad shape and is surprised, but another resisted it, and this one went for her, but a blow from a man in black armor crashes him against a pillar, and a white-haired woman causes a beam to hit him, leaving him completely in bad shape, and they look at her daughter. The Panther. Daughter, are you okay? Storm. My little one, we'll talk about that suit later, but now we have to tell you. The Panther Storm Wakanda forever crossing his arms. W Tiger. Yes Wakanda forever doing the same pose. The Panther. Later we will talk about what I did and why I took you away from Wakanda, but now you are my daughter go ahead Avengers. Narrator. Out of nowhere everything stops and all the teams are impressed by this feat. Pity. There are only two people who can do that and one of them is my father. Narrator. At that moment they see Professor X arrive with his wife. Professor X. I know it took us a while, honey, but we're here now. Ima, would you do me a favor? Ima. Of course dear. Up there at that moment all the Nomus rise and she closes the portals. Never mess with the Xavier family, right kitty, stop using my maiden name, from today you are part of the family, excuse us for being a dysfunctional family, but we will fix everything. Professor X. Let's start and finish with Red Skull. Narrator. See America and his shields were damaging Red Skull and Nick shoots with his machine guns to keep him entertained. He saw how they were coordinating, but suddenly T Strange stops him and C Red is hit by C America, but he is freed from Strange's magic and crashes him into Nick and Skull goes for Steven and says. Red Skull. Roger's always fighting for the greater good, you really think too much of yourself. At that moment, 2 blows to the face leave Red Skull in a bad state. C America. That's why you have comrades. Almight. We're tired of you all for one. Endeavor. You're a 0-level trash villain. C Rojo. But look that we have here the massive muscles and the walking flame, hahaha pathetic, they think they can defeat me with such devi power. At that moment Hulk and Juggernaut hit hard and make him fly into a truck which explodes when it splits in half. Damn heroes. Out of nowhere 2 Chains damage Red Skull and give him bad burns, but he frees himself. How can they think of defeating me? They are nothing more than simple idiots. At that moment, a lightning storm lights up the sky that is Thor and Storm. Thor. You villain does not understand who we are in Midgard. His hammer creates the rays and directs them to this one, but Skull tries to move. Storm. No, you won't do it. At that moment she makes a lightning bolt hit it and distracts it, but she doesn't see how the powerful Mjolnir discharges all its power and it falls, but she says. See Rojo. They're not done with me yet. Narrator. The angry mothers decide to defeat this one once and for all. She read Hulk Rouge. Do you think we're not going to give you what you deserve for trying to hurt our children? The 2 hit him hard in the face, while each hit weakens the Red Skull. You're not going to come near our children again. The impact of the 2 women caused him to crash into the floor. See Rojo. How is it possible? Spider-Woman Pohinix. Your trash Spider-Woman and Pokemon gave one electric shock and the other punches wrapped in fire that crashed him into a wall. See Ardilla B Widow. The squirrels won't let you get up again. Monkey Joe and all attack, leave me something friend. The squirrels bit and Natasha hit Skull hard and he took Natasha's arm but received another shock that threw him. What's happening? No, you weren't going to lose. See Rojo. How can some simple women def let Tilala? Ima. How? Like this she turned into a diamond and hit this one hard. Storm. You will feel the power of an angry mother. Feel the power of 10 storms. See Rojo. No, the enormous lightning bolt hit him full on and he couldn't take it anymore and fell. When he woke up all the Avengers and heroes saw him. I give up. Nick. Well, by statute 23 to 34 to 67 of the Avengers, Red Skull Aka all for one, you are under arrest. Everything you say will be used against you. You have the right to remain silent and be taken to the cube where you will reside until your trial for your actions. You can do me the honors, Magneto Stark. Stark. Okay, devil, don't get sentimental, you won't be leaving for a while. He puts on a necklace and his quirks vanish. See Red. My power, my strength, not Stark. Magneto. Let me put you in context. At that moment metal plates tie him up and he makes a cube. This will be your 5-star accommodation. Red Skull, until you reach cube. Well Strange, make me a portal. Strange. Let me take care of this, talk to him. Narrator. Everyone looked at Scott and knew what Strange was saying. Strange. They have a lot to talk about and so do they. At that moment he goes to a portal and sees the cube prison where the police take the Red Skull away in an armored truck. Narrator. The parents are determined to talk to Scott but Captain America stops them and says. See America. I know that many want to tell you something, but I will tell you one thing. It once crossed your mind that this young man is more than just your teammate. From your confused faces, I say that you did not realize that Scott is your friend, your confidant and a potential suitor. He knows that he is your comrade, and he knows you better than you do. Tell me, do any of you know their tastes? They all looked at each other. I already knew, none of you know their likes, dislikes, or their habits. Scott has lived with them for a year, and it seems that he is the best at knowing all their secrets about their children than you do, right? Nick. Nobody gave you support, you being heroes didn't understand you, that's why everyone turned away from you the first day Scott arrived. They wanted a friend and he gave them everything they were missing. That's why I know that the only one who wouldn't abandon them would be him. Despite being a person who had a past, they accepted him because he is everything to them. He is their friend, their comrade, and I know that some consider him something more, like Scott. Narrator. At that moment, Scott walked up to Nick and greeted everyone, or rather, acknowledged them. Scott. Oh god, that's Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman, Squirrel Girl, Emma Frost, Storm, She-Red Hulk, Rouge, Phoenix and Black Widow. Oh god, Ant-Man, Ghost Rider, Magneto, yes Venom, Black Panther, Professor Javier, Wolverine, yes I know he is my teacher, but seeing him with everyone is wonderful. Oh no, Hulk, no, that's not true, that's Tony Stark, you are Iron Man, your daughter told me a lot about you, it is a great honor to be in front of everyone, but also in front of you, I never saw you in the tower, everyone was protecting a part of the city, I feel excited, but at the same time nervous, I know you are the best of the best, tell me what your quirks and your abilities are. Taking a notebook out of his clothes. Nick. Scott, calm down. Scott. They are the most powerful heroes on the planet, I know, along with you and Uncle Strange, they are very strong. All my friends told me that you are the best, according to their words. G-Rider. Young Scott, can you give us a few minutes alone together with the Avengers? Scott. Sure sir, I'm leaving. He went with his friends. Narrator. At that moment Captain America was attracted by Magneto. See America. That's right, they say it. They chant. We know from your words that you don't lie, Rogers, we accept you so that you can protect our children. Venom. We know he's in good hands. G-Rider. You can see that his eyes have a lot of peace and justice, for now he will be the protector of our children, we all agree with that, for now Scott will be the protector of everyone, I hope he doesn't let us down, I know he won't, I know. Magneto T. Javier. He is the best option to protect and raise our children. Iron Man. Yes, the big guy is strong and the only one who can handle this is him. Hulk. Yes, and the boy is a good prospect, hahaha. Wolverine. He's my student and I know he'll be trustworthy. B. Panther. If he is the best, he is also the best option. Nick. Then. Everyone. Yes, let him stay with our children, besides, he is the best thing that could happen to them. See America. It is decided that he will be your protector. Narrator. While All Might and Iowa and B saw Scott, who was Izuku, he stood in front of them with the young Avengers behind him. A Might. Why? Why deceive us like that, Izuku? Scott. Izuku died, he only exists, Scott, but tell me one thing. When they told you he was innocent, what went through your head? Remorse, guilt, or did you just ignore it? Tell me, Pillar of Peace, don't tell me. I'm going to look for him and ask for forgiveness. True, tell me, what did you do this year? A Might. I looked for you but. Scott. Yes, I know I didn't find you and I moved on with my life, right? If I knew I was never something to you and the other heroes, but look at me, I am a hero, I am destined to be the best hero, but I thank you very much, you gave me a new group, a new reboot, and I am grateful, and with all of you, without you, I would not have found my family that is behind me. They taught me that you never abandon a friend, that you never leave anyone behind, that they will seek the truth before judging you, that is what the Avengers taught me, and not even your little group of heroines and heroes will be able to make me change my mind. I am the hero and I do not need them, but only one group deserves my respect. 1B, despite being distant you never judged me, and I thank you very much, but one of you were my friends, we were there in good times and bad, but what happened when I needed you the most? You turned your backs on me, gosh, I swear on life, now generate my trust once again, and only one of you managed to enter my heart again, and that is Yutsuyu Asui. Everyone looked at her, and she just looked away as much as Captain America, and I offer you join the Avengers, do you accept? She watched the Cap approaching her and he said. See America. I've heard great things about Yutsuyu and the Avengers are willing to accept you. Come and join the Avengers. Accept us and we won't let you down. Sayu. Yes, I accept it by bowing. Nick. Don't do it, young lady, you're the next to take care of Scott, understood? She nodded. Then welcome to the Avengers, Agent Fruppy. Fruppy? Yes, sir. Narrator. At that moment, Doctor Strange saw a flash of Scott and the young Avengers, along with the frog girl fighting with a young man with a little girl in his hands while she was crying. And he comes back and at that moment Scott catches him before he falls to the ground. Scott. Mr. Strange, what happened to you? Be Strange. Nothing, I only saw the future, she will be important for the war that is coming, Scott, for now we will stay in Japan, calamities are approaching, but I don't know when they will be. Captain, we have a base not far from Ua, we can be there for the moment you say. Stark. Stark. Okay Scott, you'll stay there for now. Let's go to Avengers Mansion. All? Yes. Narrator. Scott saw how one wanted to talk to him but didn't dare. Well, two women looked at Scott with happiness, those were Karina and Mary, despite the fact that Izuku deceived them, Scott recognized them as capable of being heroines, while the others saw them strange, but when Scott was going to leave someone spoke, it was Katsuki who went against Scott with a furious face. Katsuki. Damn nerd, now that you have that power you think we are extras, right? At that moment there was a huge explosion and everyone was very tense. Magneto was going to intervene, but Professor X stopped him. We thought we had lost you, idiot. The girls cried for you for a long time. I blamed myself for not having treated you like my friend, but now you tell us you're here. Don't buck with me, nerd. Well, Scott was static and said. Scott. Hahaha. Kitsuki. What are you laughing at, damn nerd? Scott. How stupid you are, Kitsuki. You said you were my best friend and what happened? You exiled me, you blamed me without proof. That's not what friends do, and you're the one I want to see the least, Kitsuki. Kitsuki. Now I understand we are all extras to you, trash, but when I was going to hit him his body can't move because Mary put her balls on his feet. But what? Karina. Leave Izuku alone, Kitsuki, hitting his face with her hardening, and he fainted. That will teach you to behave better. The two looked at Scott, who just looked at them with a smile, and moved again and said. Scott. Thanks, Avengers, move along. Everyone. Yes, boss. At that moment two girls say. Karina, Mary. Wait, Scott, we want to accompany you, turning this and said. Scott, Karina, Mary, really? Karina, Mary. If we don't feel very comfortable since they discovered we are women, they see us differently. Scott. Okay, Captain America, what can we do for them? See, America, if you are not happy with your group, the Avengers are on good terms to accept you into our base, Scott. However, they will be your responsibility, understood? Scott. Yes, Captain. See, America. Well then, welcome to the Young Avengers, ladies. I hope you can live up to Scott's team. Karina, Mary. Yes, Captain America. See, America. Okay then, Avengers unite. To be continued. Narrator. Hours later the media broke the biggest news in the world. Reporter. Latest news: the powerful villain All For One and his powerful league of villains were arrested thanks to the powerful Almight, and the Avengers along with the young prospects managed to stop the villains, and All For One was sent to a prison for now unknown. According to what S.H.I.E.L.D. said, the new prospect Juggernaut is on the front page. By directly facing this great villain, we will continue reporting from the headquarters of the Avengers, who will stay for a few months until the remaining villains are taken to Tartarus. For now, these are the latest news. At that moment someone turns off the television. It's incredible, All For One was caught by the Avengers, and All Might, my lord, overhauled. Overhaul. Without All For One we can conquer his place, and the decision, the P1 battle. In the previous chapter. Be strange. Nothing, I only saw the future. She will be important for the war that is coming, Scott. For now we will stay in Japan. Calamities are approaching, but I don't know when they will be. Captain, we have a base not far from Ooal. We can be there for the moment you say, Stark. Stark. Okay, Scott, you'll stay there for now. Let's go to Avengers Mansion. All? Yes. Narrator. Scott saw how Wanna wanted to talk to him but didn't dare. Well, two women looked at Scott with happiness. Those were Karina and Mary. Despite the fact that Izuku deceived them, Scott recognized them as capable of being heroines, while the others saw them strange. But when Scott was going to leave, someone spoke. It was Kitsuki, who went against Scott with a furious face. Kitsuki. Damn nerd, now that you have that power you think we are extras, right? At that moment there was a huge explosion and everyone was very tense. Magneto was going to intervene, but Professor X stopped him. We thought we had lost you, idiot. The girls cried for you for a long time. I blamed myself for not having treated you like my friend, but now you tell us you're here. Don't buck with me, nerd. Well, Scott was static and said. Scott. Hahaha. Kitsuki. What are you laughing at, damn nerd? Scott. How stupid you are, Kitsuki. You said you were my best friend and what happened? You exiled me, you blamed me without proof. That's not what friends do, and you're the one I want to see the least, Kitsuki. Kitsuki. Now I understand we are all extras to you, trash, but when I was going to hit him his body can't move because Mary put her balls on his feet. But what? Karina. Leave Izuku alone, Kitsuki, hitting his face with her hardening, and he fainted. That will teach you to behave better. The two looked at Scott, who just looked at them with a smile, and moved again and said. Scott. Thanks, Avengers, move along. Everyone. Yes, boss. At that moment two girls say. Karina, Mary. Wait, Scott, we want to accompany you, turning this and said. Scott, Karina, Mary, really? Karina, Mary. If we don't feel very comfortable since they discovered we are women, they see us differently. Scott. Okay, Captain America, what can we do for them? See, America, if you are not happy with your group, the Avengers are on good terms to accept you into our base, Scott. However, they will be your responsibility, understood? Scott. Yes, Captain. See, America. Well then, welcome to the Young Avengers, ladies. I hope you can live up to Scott's team. Karina, Mary. Yes, Captain America. See, America. Okay then, Avengers unite. Narrator. Hours later the media broke the biggest news in the world. Reporter. Latest news: the powerful villain All For One and his powerful league of villains were arrested thanks to the powerful Almight, and the Avengers along with the young prospects managed to stop the villains, and All For One was sent to a prison for now unknown. According to what S.H.I.E.L.D. said, the new prospect Juggernaut is on the front page. By directly facing this great villain, we will continue reporting from the headquarters of the Avengers, who will stay for a few months until the remaining villains are taken to Tartarus. For now, this is the latest news. At that moment someone turns off the television. It's incredible, All For One was caught by the Avengers, and All Might, my lord, overhauled. Overhaul. Without All For One we can conquer his place, now with Eerie at my disposal we can win the war, hahaha, hahaha. In the current chapter. Narrator. The afternoon turned melancholic for the two groups who still could not believe it. Midnight and the other heroines saw how Scott left with his group and the Avengers, and some had an idea in mind to recover him at any cost. Scott hid his punching bag as always, but he was very far from the bedrooms of Tua and 2B. He remembered his first time fighting with the villains as Stain. Writer. From 057 to the end, nothing more. Scott. I remember that was my first battle. Todoroki, I hope you can forgive me for lying to you, but you didn't really deserve it. I know. At that moment a noise makes the nanomachines of his suit react and activate. Who is there? Tsayu, Mary, and Karina come out of a bush and look at him, and Scott smiles. Ha, it's you girls. Tsayu. I know this relaxes you, why don't you come to bed and sleep for a while? Mary. I'm interested in what it would be like to sleep on your chest. Karina. Shut up, hitting her head, pervert. Scott. That's my secret. I can't sleep. All. Wait, what? Scott. Since I got this shape, I'm not sleepy, I'm not tired, and I don't get worn out. It's like I don't feel anything. It's weird. Sometimes I wonder why this happened to me, but don't worry, I'll fulfill your dream. We'll go to my room. Oh yeah, and I also know that soon there will be a parents' meeting, and my adoptive mother will come from Russia, also my real mother. At that moment, a huge explosion occurs far from Ua, and Scott sees the flames in the distance. What was that? Mary. There was no near the school. Karina. We have to have faith that the heroes will do their job. Tsayu. That's right, Scott. Scott. What if the heroes don't arrive in time, or if they are in grave danger? But at that moment the three stop him. Tsayu. No, Scott, we can't get out of here. Mary. Karina. You can get expelled. Scott. No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't leave this just to the professionals. At that moment he started running, but the three girls got on him, and he ran quickly, seeing another explosion, and he jumped 400 meters, landing and jumping again. Wait, you guys are here, you're crazy. Tsayu. Karina. Mary. We won't leave you, Scott. Scott. Silly nanomachines, fine, give them a suit. The nanomachines join their bodies, and their suits turn red with black, and are modified with their wear. Okay, now we can fight. List young Avengers. Tsayu. Karina. Mary. Good, Scott. Narrator. Meanwhile, a man with scythes fights with the top 7 heroine. That was Maruko. Maruko. How is it possible? Your weapons are very strong, but your arms aren't. Kaido, you'll fall, I swear. Kaido. Try to defeat me, you damn rabbit, you won't succeed. Narrator. At that moment Maruko moved quickly and Kaido put his 4 weapons in front of him, but she changed direction, and Kaido was surprised, and she destroyed one of his arms. The gigantic weapon fell to the ground next to his arm. Kaido. How did he do it? It's not possible how out of nowhere another kick hits his weapons, but this time it dragged him about 50 meters, like he did a few moments ago. It wasn't that strong or that fast. Wait, what's happening? Damn rabbit, what are you doing? Haya. Out of nowhere, another of his arms was cut off. The sound of the weapon fell in amazement to the other heroes who were badly damaged. How does he do it? Maruko. I will not let myself be defeated by a villain allied with Overhaul. I will never do it. With another kick he destroyed another of her arms, and she smiled. This is your end, Kaido. But seeing her so determined, Kaido smiled. Kaido. Silly. At that moment Kaido returned his arms to their place and stopped Maruko's kick. You thought it would be so easy, catching her other leg and dropping his weapons. He began to hit her body, and screams from the heroine were heard at the helplessness of the other heroes. Now Maruko dies. This pierced her stomach, and she spat out blood, and a few drops of her blood fell on Kaido's face. Stupid, you thought you could defeat me, hahaha. Now he dies. At that moment he throws a heroine against a wall. But reinforcements arrive, and a frog girl and a colossus stop her and put her on the floor. Tsayu. I have her, Scott, and she lowers her with her tongue and looks at her wounds. Scott has many wounds. Maruko. You're the hero who defeated All For One, right? Stop that villain, please. Scott. I will do it, don't worry. So I was right, a villain that the heroes couldn't defeat. Kaido. Well, but look, we have here Juggernaut, the unstoppable hero. Scott. Girls, get back and help Maruko, he's on another level. Narrator. At that moment Maruko says. Maruko. Be careful with his blades, they are very sharp and he also regenerates if you take off an arm. I'll cross him. Huag spitting blood. Be careful Scott. Ha, your debut, boy. Sayu Karina Mary. Maruko-san calm down damn it, ha Scott. Scott. Damn, you'll pay dearly for this. At that moment, green rays came out of him and 8 ghostly figures were seen that terrified Kaido. Kaido. What was that? Wait, I'm seeing 8 figures behind him, it's not an illusion damn it, so you are Juggernaut ha. Scott. Yes I am, but first I'll tell you something, tell me your name so they know what to write on your tombstone. I won't forgive you for harming the heroes. Green rays came out of him and multiple red rays were drawn on his body. I will never forgive you ever. Well, the villain laughed, but his smile was erased when he saw 8 ghostly figures behind him again. Kaido. Again, damn, how dare you do this dirty trick on me again. I see 8 people behind you damn brat. I'll tell you my name, just so you know who ended your career rookie. My name is Kaido, the Sword of Death of Overhaul. Moving quickly towards Scott, who did not move while looking at Kaido with a serious look. Don't make fun of me. Narrator. At that moment Scott moved faster and hit with his fists the 4 of Kaido's sides that were destroyed before him, the pieces of metal scattered before Kaido's astonished gaze. Kaido. How is it possible? My scythes are the toughest, not even Maruko could make a notch in them. And you tore them to pieces how? But what I didn't expect was that you would tackle him hard, destroying his arms and sending him flying into a wall like you did, you damn. Scott. This is the power of justice. Kaido at that moment feels several hands pushing him and sees Nana and the others. Who are they? Be careful. Narrator. Scott turns around and looks at Kaido, who has a crazy look on his face. Kaido. No, impossible. I only have that drug left. You will die, Juggernaut. This is your last day of life. At that moment, Scott sees how he takes out an ampule and injects the drug. You will regret it, Juggernaut. At that moment, he suffered a serious change, and his body too. This is the power of my quirk at its maximum potential. I will cut you and kill those women behind you. Ha ha ha, ha ha. Scott. I don't care that you've changed your appearance, justice always prevails, Kaido. Kaido. I'm going to kill you. The heroes who arrived saw in horror as the hero was standing without moving a muscle. When Kaido's weapon reached his body he disappeared. They saw how Scott was behind him and he had hit the side and he looked in disbelief as the pieces of metal fell to the ground. No, it's true. No, impossible. No. This one created thousands of scythes, but they never touched him because he kicked you. Won't succeed. My weapons are now much stronger. They will cut you, Juggernaut. And Kaido confidently put his weapons. Scott. I'll tell you something, one for all 100%. At that moment the air pressure was indescribable, as if Almight was. Kaido moved away when Scott hit the ground. He made a 100-meter crater, and Kaido knew that now he was at a disadvantage. You know, villains like you are garbage. Walking towards him and leaving the crater, and Scott's eyes were multiple colors, believing themselves more than they think. But I'll tell you something, I have a quirk similar to Almight, but they are much more ruthless than I do. I assure you I have never felt so much hatred for a person like you. I swear, thanks to you, I can still use this power. One for all, full cal 100%. Rahe Juggernaut mode. I'll tell you something, Kaido, this form is the most powerful I have. Narrator. At that moment Scott moved with speed while Kaido remained impassive before Scott's speed and strength, which deceived him with residual images of him, and he saw that he was getting faster and faster. Sayu Karina Mary. We can't see it. Maruko. He's very fast, faster than me. No, I can't see him, but out of nowhere Kaido's weapons were destroyed. Like the more he created these, they will be destroyed one by Scott's blows. It's impossible. Nuo, he hit, destroying his side legs on his back. Nuo, it's possible. Juggernaut. Well, believe it. Out of nowhere a kick to the side fractured his ribs and he shot out, but Scott moved forward and hit, making him bounce between blows, kicks and punches from Scott. You know, I never hated anyone more than you, Delaware Smash. Those presents saw how Kaido's body was shot into the sky, and Scott pushed himself and reached him, saying, "You're arrested, villain." He put his hands together and hit Kaido's jaw, causing him to plummet to the ground, making a huge hole, and the heroes and the media saw the whole impact, destroying a building behind him. Well, Kaido was in bad shape when he fell. The citizens and heroes cheered him, making him smile, raising his fist high. Everyone looked at that pose and only screamed more. Reporter. It's incredible, the young prospect Scott Fury this morning was now the hero once again by defeating villain Kaido, one of Overhaul's followers. This great hero is next in line to be the next symbol of peace. Narrator. While at Avengers Mansion, Stark is watching TV when breaking news comes in. Reporter. We interrupt your programming to say that the young Juggernaut has saved the day again, according to our colleague in the helicopter. The young man named Scott Fury has helped again, this time the heroine Maruko, who was fighting with one of Overhaul's followers, whom he defeated. His name is Kaido, or as he called himself, the Sword 5 was defeated a few minutes ago. For now, we don't know anything else, we will continue reporting. Stark. That boy, we're not in New York. He created his armor and headed towards the Young Avengers dorms. Narrating. Well, Fatgum says to the police. Fatgum? Gentlemen, take him. Narrator. Well, Scott saw Maruko being treated by the paramedics who arrived at the scene. Scott. How are you? Paramedics. She lost a lot of blood and has a hole in her stomach. If we don't get her to a hospital in time, she could die. Narrator. Scott remembered something from when he was with Gwen and Medusa and he was fighting Abomination. Flashback. Narrator. On the street, Scott and his companions faced a powerful Abomination who had hurt Gwen and Medusa, one having a rod in her arm and the other a cut on her leg, while they watched Scott fight with Abomination. Abomination. Damn Juggernaut, how did you manage to stop me, damn it. At that moment he goes against Scott and crashes into him, how impossible. Juggernaut. You know the abomination that happens when an unstoppable force collides with an immovable object. Abomination. Curse Juggernaut. Juggernaut. They both give in, but there is one more thing you didn't tell me, I am much stronger than you. At that moment Scott charges Abomination in the air. Abomination. That is impossible. Narrator. As the media watches as Juggernaut easily charges Abomination, the Avengers jet flying overhead sees Scott charging the monster. Narrator. Well, in the helicopter the news reporter says. Reporter. The mighty Juggernaut is charging at the Abomination, it's amazing. Man. How is it possible he is carrying Abomination like that? See, America is very strong. Hulk. This boy makes me proud. Narrator. Well, Scott tells Abomination. Juggernaut. I'll tell you something. By releasing his hand and hitting Abomination's face and shooting into the sky, I still won't let you recover. He jumps and propels himself with the walls of the buildings until he reaches where Abomination was. You hurt my companions and the person I love. He kicked Abomination in the air, New York smash, causing him to shoot out and make a huge hole in the ground. When the dust cloud dissipated, you see Abomination get up and stagger, and Juggernaut falls near him. I will never forgive you for this, Abomination. Abomination. How is it possible that I, the powerful Abomination, fall before a pathetic hero? Juggernaut. This is your end. Clasping his hands before everyone's eyes, Avenger assemble. The blow hit Abomination and left him unconscious, but the shock wave shattered all the glass in the nearby buildings. He ran and arrived with them. He finished girls and they smiled. They are hurt, I'll go for paramedics. At that moment, a piece of pointed glass falls and goes through Medusa, but Scott steps in and suffers a cut on his hand. It was almost. Medusa. Scott, are you okay? She tries to stand up, but can't because her leg is hurt and she has a wound, and Scott helps her, but a few drops of Scott's blood fall on her wound and she sees how her skin regenerates. It's incredible. Scott, your blood regenerates. Look at my leg, it had a wound and now I don't have it anymore. Scott. This will be our secret. Gwen. Itsuka. Well, Gwen is ready. Gwen. Just take it off like a band-aid. He removes the metal rod and she screams, but when it comes into contact with Scott's blood, she heals quickly. It's incredible. We'll keep this a secret, Scott, I swear. Then flashback. Scott. Wait, you have a knife. Paramedics. Yes, but what are you going to do? Wait. At that moment, he cut his finger and everyone there was shocked. Scott. I'll tell you something, only those of us here will know about this. Don't tell anyone about this. It was clear. Everyone nodded. He put his blood on Maruko's wound and it quickly healed. That's fine, she's better. Take her to the hospital now. Paramedics. Yes, as you say, Juggernaut. They put her on the stretcher and the ambulance left. Empty lady. That was amazing, Scott, but if you're not in school, then if they know you dropped out, they can expel you. Fatgum. Well, if they expel you, Scott, Shiketsu would be honored to have you. Scott. Thank you. Okay, girls, come on up, we need to get to the dorms. Sayaka Mary. Yes, Scott-kun. Scott. Well, I say goodbye, we have a lot of things to do and protect the city. I hope to have my hero license soon. See you. He jumped and everyone took cover and he disappeared. Well, it was a busy day and night, but Overhaul said who will that villain be? Scott arrived at school and went to his room, but upon arriving, he ran into Wolverine sensei. Wolverine. Seriously, you go out and don't invite anyone, but I know you did well. You're already a nuisance on social media. Sayaka Mary. Wow. Wolverine. Seriously, now we are in trouble. Stark. At that moment Tony arrived. You saw it right, Tin Man. Stark. Yes, I saw him. Scott does know that he could have killed several heroes. Scott. And they almost did it. They ran through Maruko and almost killed her. Stark. Wait, what? Maruko, number 7 of the heroes, are you sure? Sayaka Mary. Yes, Mr. Stark, she had a big hole in her stomach, but she was taken to the hospital. Stark. Rest well and Scott, stay in your room. Girls, for today you will sleep with him. I don't mind if he stays in his room. We will talk later. You and I later. You have a lot to say. Scott. Yes, Mr. Stark. Narrator. At that moment the young Avengers arrive and throw Scott down. Scott. Girls, what's up? All. This time we'll keep an eye on you. Scott, are you okay? Scott. Yes, and tomorrow we will be ready for the license exam, so there are still several hours left until the exam, let's rest, yes. All. Yes, Scott. Crisis of the Multiverse P1. In the previous chapter. Stark. Rest well and Scott, stay in your room, girls, for today you will sleep with him. I don't mind if he stays in his room, we will talk later, you and I later, you have a lot to say. Scott. Yes, Mr. Stark. Narrator. At that moment the young Avengers arrive and throw Scott down. Scott. Girls, what's up? All. This time we'll keep an eye on you, Scott, are you okay? Scott. Yes, and tomorrow we will be ready for the license exam, so there are still several hours left until the exam, let's rest, yes. All. Yes, Scott. The Vigilant, it seems that Scott will have a rough night, but also something is about to happen. I only watch over this world that this creator gave me, but something will happen, something that I didn't even think I would see in this dimension. It seems that Doctor Strange is about to make a serious mistake, and that will cost our hero to see himself. This is the beginning of a new universe. But what do you think, readers? I'm wondering what face you will have when you see this stupidity. You already know my name, but if some of you don't know who I am, I will tell you. I am the Vigilant. I only watch, but I cannot and should not intervene. But I think that this time I will have to take drastic measures. The world is about to change. In the current chapter. Narrator. Scott was more than nervous because he had his companion sleeping on his chest. Seiya slept on his right arm, Mary slept on his chest, Karina on his left arm. They slept only in underwear, and that made it difficult for Scott to rest. Scott. This can't be 3 girls in my room and wearing underwear, damn it. Seiya. Simio Izuku-kun. Scott. Ah yeah, help me. Mary. Ah, hit me hard and without mercy. Scott. I don't want to know what he's dreaming about. Karina. Be more gentle with me, Scott-san. Scott. Be gentle with that, no, better not ask, I'll try to sleep. He closed his eyes and meditated, but something happened. He was in a room full of experiments, and at that moment a beast moves. Rider. From 040 to 153. Scott. No, ha, what was that? Mary. Seiya. Karina. What's up, Scott? It was a dream, and Scott, Yasuda looked at himself and had his armor which was for fighting. Are you okay? Scott. Yes, he recreates his normal clothes. I dreamed something very terrible. The Avengers were dead, and you too, and the Cap said you should have done something more. It looked so real. Ha, they hugged him and said. Mary. Seiya. Karina. It was just a dream, a terrible dream. Narrator. While in the Avengers Tokyo Tower, Doctor Strange is observing the future and sees a very terrible one and sees in the palm of his hand, and Iron Man enters. Man. What's up, Strange? Be Strange. We have big problems, call everyone, it is of utmost importance. Man. All the Avengers reunion in the Tokyo Tower and threat level Avenger. Narrator. All the members' cards ring and everyone goes to the Tokyo Tower. Everyone had arrived and even the new Avengers were at the place. Everyone was gathered and Doctor Strange along with Iron Man and Captain America were in front of everyone. Wolverine. What's up, Tinhead? The Panther. That is so urgent to be an Avengers. Iron Man threat. Magneto. It's true, Iron Man. Professor X. We have big problems, Eric. Venom. This doesn't give me a good feeling. The Strange. We have a big problem, an enemy from another dimension will come to ours. If we don't send help to this dimension, the world and the dimensions could collapse. We have to send our only card that wouldn't affect that universe. Scott, you have to be the one to help. Scott. Then I'll go and help them. See America. Are you sure, Scott? Professor X. The captain is right, are you sure, boy? Stark. Strange, we can't do this, are you sure this is the right thing to do? Then Fury. I'm warning you, Strange, if something happens to my son, I'll blame you, I swear. Be Strange. I know it's silly, but we need him. Without him that dimension will fall, and that enemy will come to our world, and we won't be able to do anything to stop him. Scott. Then I'll go, and we're not going to leave the Earth without protectors. You'll stay here and I'll do my job. Besides, I joined the Avengers and that's my job. I'll go. Everyone stared at Scott, but a group of women said. All. No, you're not going, Scott, don't do it. What if you don't come back? Scott. I swear I'll be back and I promise you all. Be Strange. Scott will be dangerous, but I know you can do it. Professor X. Magneto listens to Scott. He saw him and nodded. Scott. Mr. Magneto, please take them away. He nodded and they were all thrown back by pieces of metal. Sorry girls, I'm ready. All. No wait, Scott. The Vigilant, Doctor Strange, you are about to alter the balance. If he leaves, you are doing something that will change the 2 dimensions, but I can't act yet. Be Strange, let's start, Scott. Scott. Yes. Man. Wait, take this. With this card we can track you and we can return, even if the cheap magician can't. I will do it, boy, just don't die, yeah. Scott. I promise you, start well, Doc, do it. Be strange. Okay, everyone back. This one created a portal and a beach was seen and this one entered, but before that he said I'll be back, plus I have a hero license to get, some girls to love. This one went through the portal and disappeared. Good luck young Scott. The Vigilant. Doctor Strange just caused a crisis in the dimensions, but I'll follow in your footsteps, Scott and Strange, you shouldn't have done this, it will cause madness in the dimensions. Narrator. At that moment Scott comes out of a portal and sees a beach and remembers it and sees an image from a long time ago of him and Almight. Scott. This reminds me of when I cleaned the beach a long time ago. I remember this when Almight told me his secret. He shook his head and looked at the city Japan, so this is another dimension, well, what I came for. Narrator. The city was waking up and the problems were starting. A young man was running to the beach while several women followed him. Scott stared at him and said. Runs. Scott. What? At that moment a girl is going to hit him and from one moment to another, he gives her a strong blow that makes her crash against a wall. The other four stop and see the young Colossus. Who are you? Still without seeing them completely, since they were backlit. I don't know who you are, but leave the innocent getting into a battle pose. 1. Who are you, idiot? 2. You messed with the heroines, this will cost you. 3. First we will torture and entertain him. Hahaha, you are a delicacy, sweetie. 4. First immobilize him. 5. That man hits hard, well, I'll be the first, he hit me, you'll beg for more from me when I'm done with you, idiot. Scott. Well, you asked for it. One of them threw a flame, but Scott moved quickly avoiding the attack. That's all, spoiled girl. 5. This dog moved quickly and hit this one with her leg, but Scott put his arm and she was stunned as she is very fast, but this one hit her stomach hard causing her to faint and Scott gently put her on the sand. Scott. She's Maruko, I see, but what's she doing here looking for young people instead of saving the citizens? They are heroines because they have to fight if they have to defend the citizens. 3. Maruko, she was very powerful. You will fall this time. She turned her hair green and went against him with her fists wrapped in fire. After you fall, I will have you as my toy. Scott. She is burnin', stop, I don't want you to get hurt, but she didn't hear Scott. He moved and avoided the blows, but he hit her with a powerful blow to the back of the neck, leaving her fainted. You're a fool, but I can't hurt you too much. Sleep burnin'. 1, 2, 4. It's impossible because we hussycats will give you what you deserve. But they couldn't do anything because they fell to the ground and Scott was behind them. Como did it. Narrator. An hour passed and they woke up and saw the Colossus in front of them without his mask and armor. He turned around and they looked at him, blushing. Scott. Are you okay? Tell me I didn't hurt you too much. Excuse me, I was feeling a little angry a few hours ago. They get up and this one says wait, not again. I know what you're sending, but it's not that bad. Okay, if you want it the hard way. This one created his armor and got into battle pose again. Okay, let's go, I'm waiting for you. At that moment they hugged the Colossus. What happened? Cats. Bring home Bonbon. Maruko burnin'. We will treat you well. Scott. Wait a moment, what happened? At that moment he felt the danger and moved with everyone to the other end of the place where they were. A huge explosion occurred. Who are you? Narrator. A person with 2 metallic wings, a helmet and many weapons, fell from the sky and said. You love heroines, well I hate them, you won them, I suffered, many of them just used you as a toy, but I'm going to kill them, get out of my way, oh, you will also suffer my wrath. Scott. The vulture who is doing here should be in New York, but I have to act like I don't know him. Tell me your villain name. Taking down the heroines and putting them behind him. You know, I don't know who you are, but I know that you hate them a lot, but you know not all of them are bad. Shut up, you earned them. I suffered a lot. Cuts, hits, bleeding. You don't know the tortures I've suffered. You have all that armor, his love. I have nothing. This one took off his helmet and had large wounds on his face. He had no eye and in the bowl a red light was seen. Now tell me, do you think this is nice? They are vile garbage people without heart and without soul. They are monsters worse than the villains, and thanks to one, I have this machinery. You ask my name, right? Well, I will tell you. Like the carrion of this world, and that is what they are. I am the vulture and I will eat their arrogance and their hope, and if you don't move away I will kill you like them. This one put his helmet back on and green eyes in his helmet turned red. Stand back, boy, and live another day. This is a gift. Deny what I gave you and I will kill you like them. This one took out his machine guns and missiles. Go away. Narrator. Scott just stared at him and said. Scott. I'll tell you one thing, I'm a hero and I won't let you lay a hand on these heroines. Back off. Oh, I'll be forced to defeat you. The women looked at Scott with a blush. Vulture. You're stupid, die with them, idiot. This shot took all it had without mercy and hit the young man. Die. When the rain of bullets and missiles ended, Vulture said, I'm sorry, young man, I'll give you a burial worthy of a hero. Scott. That was it, Vulture. This one came out of the dust cloud. Vulture. How is it impossible? You are lying. That is impossible. You should be dead. No human would put up with what you are. Scott. Heroes bear the weight of the afflicted and help everyone in need no matter if you are the enemy. I know you have suffered, and your pain is greater than mine I know, but walking towards him with temple of doing a hero would give his life for innocent people. I know your world did not treat you well, but I know that you were not taught for good, and as a hero not as an avenger I will tell you Avengers assemble this one disappeared, and this one hit his machine which was decided this is the hour of an avenger do not follow the path of evil and return to good Vulture, I tell you as a friend this one drop this one, and Vulture looked at a hero in all his splendor, now you understand me. Vulture. You are a hero and I surrender, but first, tell me the name of the hero I see. Scott. Well, tell me Juggernaut, the unstoppable hero. Vulture. I must say that you are, kid, and I'm sorry, but I won't be going back there. He took out a detonator goodbye. Narrator. At that moment Scott moved with speed and tore off the explosives and blew them away. A huge explosion occurred and Vulture saw Juggernaut. Juggernaut. He never listens well, Vulture. You can change, I know you can. Vulture. You are a hero, I surrender. The patrols arrived, sending scared men down, but when they saw Scott, they saw him as a hero, and they surrounded Vulture. I'm not going to oppose you. A hero has defeated me, I know he is Juggernaut, the first hero on the planet, he is posing as idiots. They did this in front of the heroines who saw with distraught faces how the man surrendered to the police, and Scott looked at them, turning around. I'll see you again, Juggernaut. Besides, I'll tell you one thing. The woman who gave me that machine is All for One. Scott. Wait, All for One is alive, wait, this villain seriously, here is a woman I see, maybe that villain that will come to our world is her, no, impossible, well I saw this a little surprised. Vulture. Even you are afraid of her, hahaha, I see, even the unstoppable is afraid of a cold and heartless woman like her, then get monsters like her to defeat her, I appreciate you, keep going, defeat her and free us, it's clear, Juggernaut. He smiled and the patrol car door closed. Scott. I'll do it, I swear. At that moment, an explosion occurs in the middle of the city, and the heroines looked, but when they saw Scott was no longer there, they are going to stay, they are going to be heroines just for this day, come on. All of them. Wait, Scott. Narrator. While in the city, 3 enormous women were destroying the city, one with a huge hammer and the others with their bare fists. One of them had golden hair and was destroying a bank, hitting it hard until she took out the safe and smashing the concrete, throwing several rocks at the heroines, while the other 2 were stopping the heroines who were trying to stop the woman who was taking the money, but when they weren't looking, 3 heroines tried to attack her, but she kicked them, throwing debris at them. Haha, silly heroines will not be able to with a titan she sees Endivora, but out of nowhere she kicks Endivora and they fly against a building going through it, as my mistress thought these useless heroines are not ready for threats like us, besides being well coordinated, hahaha, this is a piece of cake. At that moment, a bang is heard behind her, and she turns around seeing her 2 companions on the ground with large wounds, one does not have an arm, and her jaw is destroyed. The other, her chest was pierced and she fell to the ground. How did it happen is at that moment she received a tremendous blow that crashed her against one of the destroyed walls of the bank. Even more, who hit me, or rather who hit me? She looked in front of her and saw a muscular man in armor who looked at this. What is that, a modified man perhaps is one of the villains of All for One? Sama, no, I don't think so, who are you? Well, I'll tell you, you cause problems for the city, you destroy other people's property, I will never forgive you, villain, I am Juggernaut, the unstoppable hero. But he received a blow from her, and she continued hitting with her fists, in them she had large layers of very thick diamond. What do you think, you idiot, a hero? You're just another one that I have to crush, imbecile. When he finished hitting, looking at the hole, surely I said it, a man came out of the ground and with a powerful blow destroyed his teeth and his jaw, throwing the other one back. When she looked at that figure without a scratch, she got scared, she couldn't articulate a word. That person was standing without a scratch, inside her was her original body, and she thought, who is he? Isn't a normal human, maybe not. Impossible, he's a man with a quirk, the first one isn't true. No, she tried to get up, but she couldn't, the fear still invaded her. Juggernaut. I see with regret that you can't move, right? You're impressed that I'm stronger than you. He noticed how his body regenerated and he stood up again, still afraid, his hands were shaking, but he smiled when out of nowhere a hammer hits the young man, or so they thought. I did it, Annie. At that moment her jaw armor plate shattered and her body fell to the ground with large wounds on her face. Coco, what was it like that happened to my external body that hit me? She raised her gaze and saw the intact man, and he looked at her. Who are you? Narrator. The other was going to kick him, but at that moment her jaw separated from her face and her arm separated from her, falling to the ground with her hammer, to the astonishment of all those present and the villains, who could not believe what they saw. Out of nowhere, another of them tried to hit his body, but his arm was destroyed up to his shoulder. A single man defeated them, and he was fresh as a lettuce. Well, they made great efforts to stay, but could not maintain their giant bodies and their regeneration coming out of the necks of those colossal bodies. How is it that a man like you gives us so much trouble? We'll kill you, you bastard. I don't know, trust him, he's a monster, he's not like the men I think Sama is much more lethal. Narrator. In front of them was Scott imperturbable and raised his face looking at the three women who created their protuberances of bone, diamond and plates in their bodies. When the three attacked him, their weapons shattered before their eyes, and when they hit the Colossus, their reinforced fists shattered when connecting with his body. The three were more than astonished, and they screamed in pain. Juggernaut. I see with regret that you are not up to the task of a villain from my world. My arm is broken, but my plates are armored. How is it possible that I, the great Elizabeth, suffer such damage? Smoke came out of her wound, and her arm began to heal. Even with our quirks, he is a monster. Be careful, Mikasa, Annie. Mikasa. My crystallization shattered when I touched his face and my bones broke in my hand. The bones in his hand were out and he could barely move it. Well, smoke came out of his hand and his bones returned to normal. It's like Annie said, he's a monster. We mustn't allow him to get close to us. If that happens, looking at his titan who didn't have an arm and his jaw was gone, that will happen to us, and if he wants he can kill us. Annie. Don't be too confident. My elbows were destroyed when they hit the back of her head. It's as if we had hit each other. Well, her elbows bled, but immediately her wounds began to heal quickly. Be very careful. We are not facing a stupid heroine, we are facing a strategist. Juggernaut. They finished planning their strategy because I already know how their quirk works. Well, with what I've seen, their quirks are healing, creation, and gigantism. What an impressive quirk. But still, as they said I have a big surprise for you. I am the same as you. My body can become as hard as yours but more powerful. I have accelerated regeneration, even faster than yours, and I am somewhat unstoppable. I have increased strength and I can move 100 times faster than you. He disappeared and touched the faces of the three, returning to his place. Now you understand that I am much faster than you. Narrator. Their faces of fear reflected what he said. All. He surpasses us in everything, even in speed, strength, regeneration is not impossible. Juggernaut. Ready for their defeat. All. Wait, Juggernaut, tell us, why don't you join the villains? We will give you what they have never given you: power, loyalty and hex. Choose us, and we will dominate the world. The heroines looked at Juggernaut and his walk towards them. That terrified the heroines. He had accepted that, but when he reached them they fell to the ground, fainted. Bad eye 2-0. Juggernaut. An Avenger would never join evil. Get that in your heads, villains. He touched them, and a white ray came out of his chest, and 3 demons came out of their bodies that were consumed by the power that Juggernaut gave off. What was that? Perhaps they were demons. Perhaps that is the evil that will dominate the world. I only know of someone who could help me in this dimension. The Supreme Sorcerer is the only one who can know what that was. I have to find Doctor Strange and fast. Heroine's eye. Leave this in your hands. He began to move, but 5 heroines stopped him. The Pussycats, Burnin and Maruko. Agents aside, the world will fall if I do not contact the Supreme Sorcerer. All. The Supreme Sorcerer. Juggernaut. Yes, the Supreme Sorcerer, Doctor Strange of this dimension. All. Wait, dimension? How is it possible you are not from this dimension? Juggernaut. I don't have time to explain to you. She took a card out of her nanomatching suit and presses an alert. This travels the globe and reaches the United States, where a brunette woman with curly hair receives the notification and becomes alert. The girl goes to her computer and looks at the notification. At that moment, a hologram appears and says, "This Riri Williams, an Avengers card, has been activated in Japan." Riri? What's up, Tony? One of the cards you created is in Japan. Tony? Yes, Miss Riri, but it's strange. According to this, the person's name is Scott Fury, alias Juggernaut, the new Avenger, but it's impossible. We barely joined forces and I died. How is that possible? Riri? I don't know, Dad. He calls everyone Avengers. Type alert. Narrator. In Chinatown, a spider woman is eating dumplings and at that moment her card rings and she gets scared, grabs her food and sees the card. Don't tell me again. Well, we have to go. She puts on her mask and shoots her web and swings to the Avengers Tower. Narrator. In a bar, a woman with white hair and brown skin with a huge bow behind her is aiming at a target and the men are waiting for her shot. She turns around and smiles. At that moment she takes a sip of her beer and her card rings. She takes it and puts on a serious face, and without looking at the target she throws and hits the target and the whole bar explodes with excitement and she says, "Jorge, write this down on my account and get your bet paid." Haha. Jorge. Yes, I will, Miss Lilith. Come on, you pay the bet. Lilith. Okay, now what does that girl want? She started jumping and climbing a building with her claws and then took her bow and shot an arrow and she swung while shooting arrows and floating in the air. Let's go ahead. Narrator. In another place, 2 women, an Asgardian woman and a green one, were in a battle of forces to see who would win, but at that moment their card sound and the 2 stop and see the alert. Looks like we'll have to wait. Green woman. Riri calls us. I've already told you, Wild, call me by my name. I'm Liar. Don't call me Wild, call me the Great Hittite, the daughter of Thor and Lyra. Let's go in my chariot, let's go. Lyra. Wait idiot, I'm not your toy. They boarded the carriage and headed towards the Avengers Tower. Narrator. In a gym, a golden-haired woman was lifting a weight and her card beeps. She looks at the notification, takes her ring, and a lightning bolt strikes her, and a new woman comes out. This is Riri. Now that it's happening, he put his shield on his back and his spear on his motorcycle and headed towards the tower. Narrator. While in the tower, the Stark hologram is analyzing Scott's card and says to Riri. H. Stark. According to what the card said, he is Scott Fury, better known as Juggernaut. Quirk is undefined. Age is 16. He studies at Avengers High. He is one of the active Avengers. That's all I could get out of his intelligence defenses. They are very good. Riri. Scott Fury is not a villain. H. Stark. Not according to the card files. Riri. The Avengers have arrived. H. Stark. Oh yes, miss, and they are coming in. At that moment, 5 women arrive, a little upset. What's up Riri, is Ultron back? Riri. No Captain Carter, I'm not coming back, but we have this. A 3-meter colossus appeared on the screen. He is the Juggernaut, a hero, the only man, and he is also an Avenger. All. Wow. Will continue. Narrator. While in the red dimension of this dimension, an insectoid-looking woman is looking at a white gem and says. Who are you, man? But I know you're good for something, and we'll find out sooner than you think. Narrator. Meanwhile, somewhere else, a dark-looking woman is angry. How is it possible that he destroyed 3 of our demons? How is that possible? We don't know Dormani-sama. It seems it wasn't Doctor Strange. We know she's looking for a partner, but she's not interested in us. Dormani. That damn woman, after centuries of fighting with me, mocks me looking for a partner, ha ha, but soon this dimension will be consumed and I, Dormani, will be the mistress and master of this world, and then it will be the others, ha 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 ha. Will continue. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.